Gracias. It's just different. It's just
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to BMT, or I am High Value BMT. I'm going here today. With Jay.
I don't even know what you just dragged me into.
Be quiet, low value woman. Be quiet. You can put low value around your name. Jay, low
My
value.
bad. That's right. Low value J. That's right. I should change that.
Yep. I will help you with that name right now.
Oh, you got your jacket on? Oh, shit.
I'll fix you real quick. So, we will be discussing a lot of stuff today, predominantly on a lot of things going on with child support. How I have to ask my YouTube daddies, the men, the high value men, help a brother out. These sisters are out here to get me. And I have to ask these sisters why the white man is taking all these black babies. I know it's scary sometimes, but I be seeing these evil white devils adopt these black babies and these gay people. The gay agenda. Help me, a black high value man that can travel around the country, get my baby. If I even want my baby, hypothetically. So, I need to know, Jay of low value, we hear a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We hear this a lot. I've been fighting visitation for 35 years, probably 100 years.
30 years?
You know, sometimes 20, 15,
My
30.
nigga, was that you on paternity court? Wait, what
Shut
is
up.
the cover photo?
You know? Oh, it's a long story. It's a long story.
Why haven't I seen
Fuck
that
you,
episode?
Jay.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Fuck you, low value woman. Don't talk back to me. Fuck. Man. Sorry to starting now. Fuck. is right now trying to find and scour the internet for that episode. So good luck, Jay. I had to remove that. It cost me some high value. But I know your little ass is trying to find that goddamn thing. Sit your flat booty down and leave that. I know you're looking for it, Jay. You can sit the hell down.
You know I'm looking for it. I got YouTube Premium, bro. I'm gonna find it.
Jay is not gonna sleep until she find that episode. Jay is not gonna go to sleep until she finds that episode. She gonna download that in her phone in an archive.
Save it like for future days.
That episode, I paid YouTube Daddy to take that down. Y'all will not find that episode. You will not love me.
Oh my god.
My kids. So what we're dealing with.
Oh my god.
What we're dealing with. You black women in the white daddy of the powers that be. Of supremacy. The only people that are on my side is Karen. I'm trying to get my kids. Now we know white women don't put us high value black men on child support. They don't.
Of course not. It's only the sisterhood.
The sisterhood. I need to know first off, why is the system keeping me, a good black man? I've been fighting 15, 8 years, 20, whatever, like 200. I've been fighting since the Bible to get my black kids. Why is it that you sisters are keeping me from my kids? Why?
Are we keeping you from your kids?
Yes, you are. You know damn well I want to see little Stank and Peaky. You know I want to see my children. What is it about you women? Because when I go to that white man, I tell him, wait, what day was our court date? What day was my court date?
Oh shit.
It doesn't matter. If I was at the courthouse, I would have argued. But you hid the courthouse from me.
I hid the courthouse from you.
You didn't tell me what time we got to show up to court.
Yeah, but you got notification in the mail.
Did I?
Yeah, we mail it to you. I sent it to you. You've been living at your mama house for 50 years.
My mama protected me from women like you.
But at any rate, that's where I mailed the paperwork to.
I didn't get it. If it didn't touch my hands, it's not legal. I'm not a ward of the state.
But I also called you and told you that those papers were coming. So, I mean, you could have looked online as well.
That baby wasn't mine.
Okay. I mean, you could have had a DNA test done.
Call. Who's going to pay for that?
Well, the state gives it to you for free.
So you want me to be a black man, show up in the courthouse, and risk my freedom? See how you using the white man against me already?
But I mean, sometimes you have to if you feel that you're innocent, you have to involve the white man.
How much food stamps you get?
I don't get food stamps.
Lie. All black women get food stamps. You know this is true. We know y'all get food stamps. We know y'all got Section 8. That comes out with y'all. That comes out with y'all low value coochie kit every year. Y'all get the president signed off for y'all to get food stamps.
Just automatic. Well, I need to talk to somebody because I don't get food stamps or Section 8.
All black women have food stamps. We know this is true. We know this is true. Majority of y'all all in Section 8. That's how y'all can afford y'all hair.
A black woman? Maybe we just got good jobs.
White man gave you them jobs.
What do you do for work?
If I tell you where I work, then you'll be able to send that letter to my job. Think I'm, nigga, you playing. Trying to get me caught up. Trying to get me caught up.
Oh my God, you wild.
You almost have me. You almost got me to tell on my job. You know I got a job. You know I got a job, girl. I got a job. I got a job. Got a job. I'm getting one.
Okay, Tommy.
I have a job. I had a job. Now question. So soon enough, I'm going to get shift manager at my job.
Oh
but
God.
I know,
like he is really staying character here. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I'm going to get shift manager. I told you, I'm going to get shift manager. I talked to my mama. She's going to give us some furniture, and also the back room behind the house. We can stay in there if you take me off child support.
Okay, but I got my own place.
But you my woman, and you got my baby.
Yeah, we broke up though.
So you want me to give you money, but you ain't gonna let me be?
Let you be what?
You know what I do.
Oh my God.
You know what I do.
Oh my God. Well, love don't pay the bills.
So hold on. So you saying I'm not good enough for that? To get at that?
I'm just saying, love don't pay the bills.
I came by to see my kid around 1. Like
AM.
That's my kid.
AM.
That's my kid.
But your kid was asleep.
I can't go watch my child sleep.
You came over to get some ass.
I come to see you and my kid.
At 1 a.m. Mm-hmm.
What's the problem with me coming around that time?
Your kid is asleep.
This is why you're going to always be a low-value black woman. Nobody going to ever want you now.
Probably.
That nigga you have sleeping around my. Who that nigga you have around my child?
Don't you worry about that.
Oh no, I need to know who's around my child.
I can't do it, Joe.
That might be the nigga who actually. That might be the daddy.
You could always get a DNA test.
Again, you want me to step in the courthouse. Now, I know you got a lot of excuses.
Yeah, if you think the child's not yours.
You got a lot of excuses why you don't want to get a paternity test.
Oh. Okay.
It costs.
Are you gaslighting me, sir?
No, I'm not gaslighting. I'm just calling you out when you're a black woman fucker. How much it costs for a CVS paternity test? How much?
I could bring you on more. Hold on, I could bring you on Maury.
How much I'm getting paid?
I don't know.
We're gonna share a hotel room together?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like you like that.
You say you don't like it like that, but you will not too long ago, you have my name gonna get tattooed. So,
oh my goodness.
DNA test gonna cost $119. We might have to get I can afford it if I want it, but they got this $99 one. You know, and Grandma Jeannie, they got a grandpa test, so we can find out if who our grandparents are. That's pretty dope.
Oh shit.
And a sibling test. God dang, how many kind of tests? Boy, CVS must have stepped it up now, boy. They must have stepped up. So we had the easy DNA test for a lot of us high value men. We can go get a DNA test behind our scandalous baby mama back. I don't know why they have that white man up there. He must don't know what kind of. He must don't know he's getting set up. But you can get a home paternity test. It's possible in 3 to 5 working days. 3 to 5 working days. You can confidential home test kit, quick results, live support. Is that child support or live support? Yeah, so live support. So it's accurate. There are no doubt about the results of the paternity test. Results provide the highest level of accuracy, which means you will have to answer. You will have the answer you need. All paternity test results are carried out in 21 genetic marks.
Mm.
How many genetic marks are there?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
That sounds like a lot to me. But it's easy to do. It's fast. It's accredited. It's flexible. Accreditation means competence. What the hell? Easy DNA.
Okay, I do have a serious question. I have a serious question. We're breaking character. We're breaking character. Is that something that will hold up in court?
Yes. Yes, it will. Because when I was in Georgia, instead of us using the state,
okay,
because understand it, so when they say that the courts will pay for the paternity test, the courts are not getting the cheapest test. Mm-hmm. Their test lab gets added on to your child support bill.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Now I'm speaking for Georgia, but pretty much South Carolina also pans out the same. Actually, most courts pan out the same. You can either get the test done through the courts, or you can get it done yourself. But both parties have to agree.
Okay.
Both parties have
to
agree.
We're breaking character for the moment, and I just want to say that the reason this topic came up is because there were men on the panel that claim that there are tons of men paying child support for children that aren't theirs. That there's all these hundreds of thousands of men that are paying child support for kids that aren't theirs.
Well, the put up or shut up for me and you is we can go to CVS or Walmart. I believe Walmart also has a test. I bought my test. Me and her, the lawyer or the mediator, we went down to Walmart together. Now, either one of us can agree to pay for the test, or we could both go 50-50. Or sometimes your lawyer, they'll buy the test. But you don't have to go through the state or the court. So long as the judge is informed, hey, we're going to, because the judge is the final say-so.
Right.
But the judge is the final certification stamp, and you paying for that. Now, here's the thing about it. The court does not know brother man high-value BMT's financial. Now, there's a myth or a mythological rumor that somehow the courts know how much I make. Now, they don't. They don't. You have to provide that at court. Now, low value Jay, she got with me, but I already had 4 kids.
Did I know? Did you? Wait. Did I know you had 4 kids? You lied. You told me you only had 2.
True. I did lie. I only had 2 of my kids on me at the moment. Technically, I didn't lie. I only had 2 of my kids on me at the moment.
Where were the other 2?
That doesn't matter, baby. We here now.
Okay.
We here now.
Because men never lie about anything like that, right?
Do women tell the truth? How many kids they got?
It's easier. It's kind of hard for a woman to lie about that. Not saying that women don't lie about that, but it's a lot harder for a woman to lie about how many kids they got.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, I'm looking at this and help give me strength, YouTube daddies. I need the strength of all my YouTube daddies, baby daddies, YouTube daddies giving us high value advice. So, if you are already in a previous relationship, the court have to factor that in. But however, if you tell the court that you are already in a previous relationship or marriage, if I was, which you should have known that.
Oh, but you never told me that, so why would I know?
You should have been on birth control. How did I know?
You know, I was on birth control, but it gave me some it gave me some issues, so I decided not to take it. And you told me you were wearing a condom.
True. True. I thought that you couldn't get pregnant. At least I tried to pull out.
You know, you could get pregnant from pre-cum, right?
That's not holistically true.
Who told you that's not holistically true?
Planned Parenthood told y'all that bullshit. I know y'all. Trying to get that check off of me, huh? Now,
but you only make $11 an hour. So, I mean, how much am I really gonna get off of you?
striking low, huh? Striking low. You wasn't complaining about that when I was putting gas in your car.
You gave me $5.
Nevertheless, it still was gas in your car. Still was gas in your car. Regardless of whatever you women want to say, you had no business looking up at my doggone Mickey D's check.
Oh my God.
You know,
remember when you had someone on your panel that said he didn't want women to use him for his money, but he rode his bike to his like security guard job?
He has a right to that. Did you have a problem with us high value men?
Oh, he was high value?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's high value. I'm high value.
Okay.
I'm high value. I know I am. Question. First of all, it's a known fact. First of all, why won't you just give me my child? It's just
because you live in your mother's basement. And you have multiple women coming in and out of her house when your mama be at work.
Okay, you make it seem like they're in a dangerous environment. I can go to work and my mama can watch the kid.
Yeah, but I work from home, so I'm here all the time.
I can provide for my child. I can train my child.
Train her to do what?
How to be a man.
Wait, okay, right character. Someone said that the wife can sue if you were married.
Yes. She can sue. Well, here's what will happen. So, for all of y'all, but I want y'all to take notes from this for some of y'all. If you are in a already engagement, aside from Jay, but you already have a family, because that is being put on a legal court document that you already have kids in a prior engagement, they're going to ask about, well, is he already on child support? He's already on child support. Or if he's not, he already has a family. You are now in the red, which a lot of men try to hide, about adultery. You are now in the adultery. So if the wife goes to the courthouse and finds out you're on child support with another woman, and she proves that, hey, I was married to you already, you had a child outside of marriage, she will be 100% in the right to break the marriage contract. She can also hit you up for an allotment fee, as well as stress and mental damages done to bring.
How often does something like that happen, though?
Whoo! Well, look at a lot of these celebrity or YouTube daddies, as we see, that get caught. A lot of them get railroaded. They always wonder, well, how does the court favor? If you get caught in entanglement, and they can prove that because you legally recorded it or it's literally documented.
I see where you're going with that.
Pictures, recordings, videotape, a baby. A baby's a receipt. Stuff like that. DNA is a bitch. That you are 100%. Now hold up. How is she getting an allotment? She ain't got no job. All she do is stay at home and watch the cat and the 2 kids. That ain't no damn job. Jay, low value Jay, is a stay-at-home wife considered a job?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's go ahead and look that up. We had to Google on, today. I gotta pull it up for y'all. Hang on, let me make sure it's correct. Is a stay-at-home wife a job in 2021? Is a wife, stay-at-home wife, at home wife a job? Now, you would like to think that a lot of people don't understand that being a stay-at-home wife, sad to say to a lot of y'all, it is technically a job. If she quit her career and is a stay-at-home wife, she is now legitimately, she went from one career to another. Believe it or not, a stay-at-home wife is a career. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I'm trying to let y'all know, y'all brothers understand, when y'all be telling y'all wives to stay at home and to be submissive and stay at home, you are telling her, look at this. They literally have a cleaning checklist. Like, y'all.
Because if you hire a housekeeper, you're gonna pay a couple $100s for that. So if you hire someone to come clean your house, if you send your children to daycare, like especially if they're like below school age, you're gonna pay for that. If you so even if you had someone like, when your kids are like before, like basically from like kindergarten to like 5th grade, before they could really stay home by themselves, we had to have them in aftercare. So you got to pay for that. That was like $300 a month.
Now, the thing about it is, I always like it, but I always hear about as I wish we can go back to this 1950s step woman barefoot pregnant and all that good shit. Listen, y'all, I don't think you understand. When you tell a woman to stop her life, and literally women have been railroading people to stay at home. They now have blogs, they have shows, they have stuff, because now legitimately in the eyes of the court, because it's staying at home and taking care of kids, raising them, cleaning, cooking, dealing with a man, you are literally in the right to actually sue the husband. And especially if he steps outside of again, marriage is a contractual agreement. So if you breach that contract, guess what? Listen, your questions. They have questions about having to have sex, having to do all kinds of stuff. All these things are literally within the contract that the stay-at-home woman has to do. Y'all brothers gotta be careful when y'all be telling these women to be stay-at-home moms. Y'all don't know what kind of contract y'all actually telling that woman to do. Like literally, when you tell them that, and you said she's a stay-at-home mom, automatically, in the eyes of the 50 states, you are putting her within the rights of the home. That's why y'all heard Big Mama had say in the house. Look at this. You seem to be.
Well, that's the thing. Like, men think that they're in control when in reality it's the woman. It always has been. Like, even like when you go to like these traditional Arab cultures and stuff like that, like the ones that have like multiple wives, a lot of times it's the old. I don't want to say oldest, but like their first wife is usually the one that runs the other wives. And she controls everything. He don't have. He just come home with the money. He don't have no say so in nothing.
Man, oh man. Now, question: Why do people think it's unfair that this person who is the employee or worker of the house, the Alfred? Why do they think it's unfair that this person retain their allotment payment?
Well, I will say, you mean like in the case of a divorce?
Yes.
Well, what happens is most of these, I mean, we don't even have to talk about this really because most of these folks ain't out here getting married. But anyway, like the thing is the reason being it's because now you've been out of the workforce for X amount of time, and now it's going to be harder for you to get a job. So let's say I had a kid and I stayed home for 5 years. Now I'm out of the workforce. So now the next step, me trying to get a job is going to take time. I'm not going to be, because I don't have, now it's like I have this 5 to 6 year gap in employment. In this job market, it'd be hard pressed to find a job. And now once I get a job, I'm going to have to find childcare. Because the kids are still young. So,
and looking at that, so we understand one, you make a baby. If you do have a prior engagement, you just put yourself in a pickle of a predicament. Next thing, do you have any prior? Now, I want you to understand, when it comes to getting custody of a child, now this has always been a big issue. They're going to ask the parents, majority of the time, what is your living condition? What is your living condition?
That's why when folks say that they've been fighting the courts for years and years and years, 9 times, again, not saying that it's not a thing. 9 times out of 10 is because of something else. It's something else. Not because, it's not because the judge favors the woman.
Now, some people say, well, I should get custody of the child, because I make the majority of the money. That's
okay.
fine.
That's cool. You can have a baby, but you live in your mother's basement and you sleep on an air mattress. So I don't feel comfortable. You can have the kid. Why don't you get your own place, and then you can, then you can have them. Then you can have full custody.
I feel like I should just get the kid.
But you live in your mother's basement on an air mattress with mice crawling around. I don't want to do that.
That right there, I feel like you're judging.
Oh no, I'm not judging. I'm just telling you get your life together, and then I will gladly hand the kid over.
But why do you get the kid? Some of y'all stay with y'all.
Because I have a 2-bedroom apartment, and they have their own room, their own bed, their own space.
I still think I should stay with you and the child.
No, you can't be trusted.
First of all, we need to talk about this. You called the police on me.
Because you choked me.
I touched you. You touched me first.
How did I touch you?
You put your hand in front of the door when I'm trying to leave.
You were leaving to go where?
That's none of your business. I'm a man. I'm a high value man. You don't ask me where I go. You need to stay in the place of the woman. Better yet, I'm going to take my baby. I'm going to walk in that bedroom, take my baby, and you better not stop me.
Well, now we're encroaching on kidnapping charges
It's not kidnapping if it's my child.
because you didn't because it was outside of your scheduled time, and I told you you couldn't take him.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. Really? Are you going to really do this, Jay? 4 minutes. And I want to take my child ahead of time to beat traffic.
It wasn't 4 minutes; it was 4 days.
First off, if I want to show up to that house because my child stays in that house with your piece of shit, whatever dude that you staying in there with, fuck him and fuck his chiseled jaw. If I want to come by and see my kid, you need to allow me to have time with my kid.
Well, you know, my boyfriend is the reason why we have a 2-bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood.
Now I want to see my kid.
Okay, you can see them at the scheduled time.
If my kid calls me on their phone and says, Daddy, come by, if that is my child.
It was 2 a.m. Your kid didn't call you.
Who called me?
Nobody called you.
This ain't about us. You know what? You got jealous ever since I got a woman. Let's just be real about it. Ever since you saw me on doggone IG with a new woman, you've been acting out.
Oh, I don't even follow you on Instagram.
I feel like you're just full of shit.
Okay.
I want you let's chill out. The new McRib is coming out. Okay. And I know how you like the new McRib. Let's get some food. We can sit down. I have a table. Come to my house. Get that lunch.
No, we can meet at McDonald's though. I don't need to come to your house.
If I go to work, then they're gonna try to put me back on the clock. I can pick up some food, meet me at my place, wear your cute sandals. You know what I'm saying? I got some weed. We can play. Why are you laughing? First of all, you're starting to piss me the fuck off.
Oh.
What's the problem?
No. I can't deal with you.
So when I was giving you free weed, you had no problem coming by, taking off your shoes.
We were still in a relationship.
You know, ever since you stopped having sex, you just changed up. You feel like you're a woman. Just saying. Just call it for what I see it. Call it for what I see it. You changed up. I would like to know, first off, who's that dude in the picture with my kid?
That's the dude who pays for the apartment I live in.
So you
But
have
but you haven't seen your kid in like 6 months.
You have the law set up to where I can't see my kid.
No, I told you you can come. You just gotta get your life together.
So you're saying you want me to go through the courts, which you're using against me.
I'm not using the court against you.
How'd you get a free lawyer? You don't got no money like that.
That's just when I filled out the paperwork. You don't need a lawyer to go to court. Not child support court anyway.
But you got a lawyer.
No, I don't. That was just the what you call it? What is it? The representative of the court? How does that work?
We can show up. We can have a dispute of our
Actually, I break your character now. Actually, both sides get an attorney.
That attorney doesn't work for me. He doesn't work.
Actually, both sides. I know that because I've seen it. Both sides actually get an attorney when they show up to court.
Remember when we used to lay up together and we said Jay, I'm serious. First of all, ever since you got that fucking apartment and you got that fucking car, you been acting real spanking shit.
It's not my fault you still take the bus to work.
I got a car. It just ain't get a battery yet.
Okay, so that's why you can't come pick up the kids. Got it. Okay.
I'm busy. I'm working extra hours to pay child support you put on me.
You pay $25 a week.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
I pay for daycare.
My child support pays for Section 8, food stamps, so you can get your hair and your nails done. Pays for child school.
Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
I can't. Hey, I gotta I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay. So we have the question. So the question's always asked about how much is the minimum, or literally what can they pull from people who are, that don't have a job. That's just honest. If you don't have a job, or you report to them that you are not working. Now, fun fact, if you are on Social Security or you are on a disability, they can't really pull much from you because you're getting paid by the state because of your disability. Okay, let's look into this. Like I said, time for us to break down the myths about this stuff that we're talking about. Don't worry, we will have a discussion with y'all soon enough. I know a lot of y'all people are chomping at the bit. If I'm on Social Security, how much can they pull? Let's look that up. No, let's first ask the first one. If you are
Okay, I'm back. I know someone that actually gets child support taken out on disability. Is that
now they don't? But now they get it taken out on while they're on SSI or they're on disability.
Yep. But SSDI. I don't know about SSI, but SSDI.
Oh, so we already know some of these dudes been put on it. So, okay. So let's look at this. So if you are awarded SSI, your benefits cannot be garnished to make child support payments. Now let's go ahead and put in. It says Social Security.
So then here's so SSI, so 5 and over SSI. Like those babies at old ages or after, so many years of not paying child support, they still can't. So let's say you turn 65 and they wouldn't garnish your SSI for that.
If you are like so many people who are old that are trying to lay down with younger women, and you're on SSI, they can't touch that. But it's SSI. You're on a bare minimum livable wage. If you're on SSDI, what will happen with they will automatically pull that from your SSDI towards the child because both of y'all are on the system.
Right, because that's what I'm saying. I know someone that gets disability, and it's not a lot. It's like the minimum, like whatever the minimum is, like $25, $50, whatever the minimum is. They pull like the minimum from it.
Yep, it's right here. The court ordered child support
state thing or what? But
now, if you don't show up to court, this is why the problem. If you don't show up to court, 50% of your benefits. If you are supporting a child or supporting a spouse or a child apart from the subject of the court, is ordered up to 60%. If you are not, so if you have a spouse or you are married, it can only go up to 50%. It can go up to 50%. But you have to prove to them that literally, hey, how much greatly this is going to impact my wage. Now, if you're on SSDI, can you get a job? Yes, you can, and they can work it within the rights of your disability. If you do not have a family already, then they can go up higher. They have to take that. Can child support take my stimulus check? Now understand, these questions are not from me. These are from people who have already asked worldwide about this stuff. These questions are new. If you receive SSI benefits, your SSI payments typically cannot be seized to satisfy existing obligations, including child support. However, your stimulus check is not considered an SSI benefit. So understand that if you are on SSDI or you're getting a check or anything of that nature, I have to tell you, listen, first of all, if you are barely struggling, to get by, this is the problem we do have for a lot of high value people. So if you're barely struggling to get by with taking care of your baby, you might want to go get snipped. You may want to go get snipped. This is for the fellas. I know a lot of, well, tell the women to go get herself fixed. No, I'm talking to the fellas. You may want to go get snipped. I hear so many bullshit ass reasons, arguments, all kinds of shit going on with the men. Go get snipped. It is a reversible thing. You get snipped, you can fix it up again. It only takes like a few minutes.
Oh, they can reverse that?
They never talk about that. I talked to a doctor yesterday. Yeah, it's reversible. One guy got snipped twice.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like if you at a point where you got 4 or 5 kids, like you shouldn't be trying to reverse that shit anyway.
But however, some people believe they don't
But you
believe.
can.
Some people say that they don't believe that the man should have to do that and all that good shit. But then they be the biggest ones on far on child support. Let it go, bro. You are out of the race. You are out of the fucking.
Do you think after X amount of kids, people should get like? Do you think that people should automatically get snipped after X amount of kids?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If you're like, especially like if you're on the state or something like that.
Yes, indefinitely. I feel like you're out. You're out of the race. Once you are on some type of disability, once your goddamn things start irrational work, I feel like there should be permits given out to people. Literally, if you are not, no, I feel like there should be permits. However, that is a more crucial type of thing. You can't tell. The poor have more babies than those who actually have money or doing something with their life. It's funny.
Which is amazing because birth control is free.
Birth control is free.
And you know who sanctioned that?
Who would do something that evil?
Obama with the Affordable Care Act.
Now, hold on. Question is this. Matt, I have to ask a question. Something was asked to me during the email. The birth certificate. The big key component, the birth certificate. Let's look that up right now.
Oh, if you're obligated to sign the birth certificate?
Yes. Birth. Oh man, my brain just stopped. Up on his henny. This is an attorney's answer. Thank you. Shout out to my friends who are in law. If signed in an acknowledgement of paternity, you don't actually sign a birth certificate. You will be listed as the father on the birth certificate. You will be financially liable for the child and have the right to care in custody. If you are not sure, do not sign.
Hmm.
They
So what
cannot.
you're saying is, you weren't sure if you were the father, so why'd you sign the birth certificate?
I, fun fact. Fun fact. When the baby is born, doesn't matter if the woman is there in the. If you tell the nurse in the hospital, I request a paternity test. In that same hospital, you don't even have to do it in the same room with the mother there. They will swab you in a separate room. Now, the hypothesis that I guess some dudes are afraid to find out.
Because I guess in theory, you wouldn't need the DNA of the mother. You just need it of the baby, right? Or no? I don't know.
You all you need is the baby and yourself.
So really, the mother doesn't have to know.
Nope, don't know. Don't need to know. Yep, I've
Hmm.
already talked. I am doing this show for y'all and the person who requested the show. You, you were to go
Because
to
I know
the.
people were saying that folk, like I said earlier, folks are walking around paying all this child support for kids that ain't theirs. And they had no idea, like they had no idea for all these years that the kid wasn't theirs. Like, oh, okay.
Now, come down here. Does signing the birth certificate make you legally responsible? Signing the birth certificate says that the father is agreeing to paternity being the legal father of the child and that the father is taking legal responsibility. Legal responsibility provides the father no rights to access or time sharing with the child. Mind blown. Let me read that again. For those, shout out to the brother who requested this. Shout out to the sisters who told me to do this. You get the birth certificate in front of you. Jay says, Jay asked me to sign a birth certificate. I don't know. Jay asked me to sign a birth certificate.
You know you the daddy, sign the birth certificate.
Nah, B. That baby don't even look like me. No.
But you know we was having sex every night.
I pulled out.
Okay. Well, me, you know what, and honestly, that's the thing. Me, I guess I don't know. Maybe people have different mindsets. You know what? If you felt a way about it, I would want to close the door on that, and I would just be like, "Fine, can we get a paternity test then?"
Now, okay. You know what I'm gonna do? Now, you told me to get out the room. Okay. Now, I asked the nurse on the floor, "Hey, so and so baby that was born this amount of time, I would like to get a paternity test. Can the mother legally sign my name on the birth certificate?"
No, that would be forgery.
That would be forgery. If somebody says that the woman signed the man's name, please slap them or punch them in the face. That is a lie.
Yep.
Nobody. That is illegal. The nurse present would go to jail. You're literally
Right, because at least I remember, again, when my daughter was born almost 14 years ago, I filled out my part, he filled out his part. You got more kids than me. Tell me if that's how it went down.
Listen. They cannot forge your name on any legal document. The birth certificate.
And did they ask you for ID? Didn't they ask you for ID or no?
Yeah, they look at your ID.
Right. Well, I mean, because of course, they asked me for ID when I got there because I got induced. So I had to give all, it's not like I was in active labor, but they asked for ID when I got there. So they already had my ID.
Most hospitals these days only allow a certain allotment on the floor. Especially in the baby ward.
Yeah, that shit's locked down.
That's it. I'm sorry. Listen, y'all. Only people who got to go up there when my cousin was pushing that baby out was her mama and the father.
Yeah, that was it. They said you could have two people, and if I got a
Two
C-section, you
people.
can only have one.
Only two people in that room. And then even after that, when they go into that delivery room, if the baby's not being born in her room, they're most likely going to go into the room. Only people that could be in there is just hospital staff and doggone either the father going to be in there or the mom's going to be in there or the granddaddy, whoever the hell she requests to be in there. You can't just say, "Well, I'm the dad. I'm going to walk up in there." If the mother does not,
Yeah, because that's the thing too, and this is the reason they ask for ID, because how do I know? You know what? How do I know you're not gonna put Joe Blow on there? I need to prove that that's who you are, who you say you are.
do y'all know how many people have tried to snatch up a baby? Snatch up a baby, real time. Baby
That
wasn't
was a big thing, like in the 80s and 90s, and that's
yeah,
when they started, like, you know.
yeah. Baby snatching out of a hospital. Shout out to Michael, which he got in trouble for that. Baby snatching out of a hospital is a real thing. It's a real thing. They will pop your ass in a hot minute if they catch you trying to grab a.
Oh yeah, there's like an alarm. It's an alarm locked unit in the hospital.
Yeah, the only way you can get in, they unlock the door. On the way you can get out, they unlock the door.
Like, and when I went there, I remember, and like I said, this was 14 years ago, so I'm sure, it's even more so now. Like, when I got there, they were like, "Is there anyone that you don't want in here that can't come visit or whatever?"
Mm-hmm. Now, somebody says babies get swapped. Forging a signature is no biggie in today's day and age. That's a lot. No.
We just said they ask you for ID.
Yeah, they ask for ID. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. These talking points, you don't understand.
Like, I just got finished saying he filled out his part and I filled out my part. And we were married, so.
Yeah. They can't. I can be there presently in the room. She still can't write my name down there. They actually
we were married. I was on his insurance nonetheless, and they still asked him for ID.
Now, thank you, Dama. Bracelet is put on them. Thank you. Again,
yeah.
You can't take that bracelet. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to swapping the babies, right? Thank you. Bracelets are put on the babies. I want you to understand.
Immediately.
As soon as the babies are born, this is what I'm saying. When y'all talking these things about these myths, we're telling y'all, but we have to do our research before we even did this show.
Immediately, before the baby even leaves the room, when they're weighing the baby, because all of this happens in the same room. This is how you know that these dudes don't participate in any of this. Before the baby leaves the room, they're weighing the baby, they clean the baby up, and they're putting a bracelet on.
That bracelet is a bracelet.
It's the same bracelet the mother. It's a matching bracelet from the one the mother has. It's the same barcode.
So when they come get the baby, watch this. Boop. Mommy, we're going to go get your baby. Now they are going on a time tracker to go get the baby. Boop, boop. This is not them back in the day stories of how I kidnapped the baby and ran out. No.
Right. And then so the rare times when they did have to bring her out for different things, they do all these tests and stuff like that. And I'm still recovering. When they brought her back, like you said, boop, boop. Okay, that's your baby. Yep, that's my baby,
That's your baby. So even sometimes the mother doesn't even get to see what the baby looked like sometimes. But they are trying to either clean her, they're trying to stitch her back up. She's either incapacitated or blacked out. So they're like, listen, when she wakes up, wait, where's my baby? We're going to go get your baby. Boop. Boop. And you know what they do with the mother and the baby? They leave them in a room alone.
Yep.
That is called the bonding mode. That is called the bonding moment, where the mother and the child are in the room by themselves. Nobody can go in. Nobody. There is nobody in there at that time. It's just the mother and the child is getting a feel for the mother, and the mother is literally having a chemical bond with the child. Nobody is allowed in that room around the time when this kind of thing. I literally sat down for some time just to go study up on a lot of stuff, and this is life experiences. When Mimi was bonding with the twins or the children, I wasn't even in the room. It was just her and the kids. That's a chemical compound bond that the women and the children do. So the thing about it is, you can't just pick up a baby. Even if I'm the dad, I have to have a car. I have a tag bracelet put on me. For me to go see my child, I have to go get tagged. And mind you, I want you to understand.
That's not quite true. In the paternity ward, in the maternity ward, excuse me, in the maternity ward is locked down. That might be true for other departments and areas, which I kind of call bullshit on that too, because I was in the hospital in Tampa last year for 2 days.
Right.
And I was in the observation unit, and it was pretty secure. Like,
wait, you talking about ghosts or me?
Ghosts. Like, he said that there's fake nurses running all around the hospitals. Like, do you have an article or a story to back that up?
No.
Like, I was in the hospital in Tampa, like a city. So maybe these little podunk country towns, but I was in the hospital in Tampa. Like, and I said, it was the observation unit. And no, dude, absolutely the fuck not.
Dude, no, I'm sorry. Listen, I don't know. Y'all been watching too many of these goddamn movies. Y'all need to stop with these movies.
And that's what I'm saying. And this was so like I said, this was the observation floor. So the maternity ward is definitely locked down. Like, you can't even walk into the maternity ward. The nurse, every time the nurse came into my room, like I said, this was last year, 2018 going into 19. But so when the nurse comes into your room, they have to log in to a computer. So they have to scan their own ID to get into the computer and then put in a password. Come on, man.
Like, here's the thing about it. And this is why I say, again, we're giving y'all the straight up lowdown research on how it works for these things. For when it comes to that, first off, in the paternity ward, there are nurses with security clearances and doctors inside of there. Because sometimes they have to go in there, they might have to give the baby shots. It's a 24/7. There's always a nurse now inside of the baby room. Not just one nurse. There are 4 to 5 nurses in there. They're going to be some on one side and some on the other side. They're in there quietly working. Some of them are going around feeding the baby. Some of them are going around there checking them. I know one of the twins, they came out early. They couldn't eat. So guess how they were feeding them? They were feeding them through their nose. They had the thing. I was freaked out. They were feeding them through there. Like I said, these women are in there consecutively. They do not leave. They probably know more about your baby for them first few months than you do. But that's their job.
But that's what I'm saying. Even just hospitals in general, like, just stop. Like, I don't know what hospital in Florida you talking about, but again, I've gone to 2 hospitals in Florida, one in Sarasota, one in Tampa, and no, just no.
Even Trailer says yes. The parents get matching bracelets. You cannot move that child. Listen, the bracelets are motion censored. If you take that bracelet off that child, and they will tell you, don't touch the bracelet. If you take that bracelet off that child, right, it will go off. The hospital alarms will go off because now they have a breach. That is
it's a lockdown.
It's a lot. Yes, hospital doors will lock.
And you know what? Not all hospital employees can get into the maternity ward. My sister-in-law worked at, not the hospital that I had my daughter at, but somebody else. She couldn't get into the maternity ward because she didn't work in that area. She worked in the hospital that person was in, but she didn't work in that area, so she couldn't get over there. And, sometimes, of course, it depends on who's working that day. But guidelines say, like, she couldn't get in that area because she don't work over there.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing about it. This is the thing. This is the thing y'all gotta understand. Because the old speculation back in the day is that you could pick up a baby and just leave outside of the hospital. You can't do that. You can't. If you were the parent and you were to leave outside, you could be the mother and think you're going to the. If the hospital does not sign off for you to take the child, that is automatic kidnapping. That's automatic kidnapping. CPS will take that child from you because now you are a danger to that child. That child's life is over that of the parents. If I'm the dad and when I got whatever me and the mama got going on, I cannot take my baby out. Cannot take my baby from that hospital, even if she's a whatever safe type of mom you think she is. You cannot take that baby. The hospital will have your ass with the state police. They're not going to call the local police. They're going to call the state. They're going to put out a state on you. You just now did you jumped up there. You earned all 5 stars. The mama says, "Hey, my baby was removed from the hospital without my consent." Whether you be the daddy or not, they will get you. That's the last thing you want. The last thing you want on you is kidnapping charges of a baby. No mercy for you. No quarter. So, I get we have these stories, these back in the day stories on Oprah, when babies get kidnapping, and yes, they do happen. We're not going to say they don't happen. But for the most part, the wards are usually locked down. You may say, like, well, the nurse didn't forget. Even if the nurse doesn't see you in there, that section of the hospital is locked down. So you're not going to just walk out. If they were to see you walking out with a baby,
people are really stuck on this women kidnapping babies all the time. Oh my god! Like fake nurses are real. Okay, y'all. Like y'all need. Yeah, okay. We didn't say it doesn't happen. Again, maybe listen to context clues when I say there's maybe in the 80s and 90s, but that's not something that happens like that these
2021,
days.
especially with the way, hell, 2020, 2019, the way that the hospitals are now, do you know what you got to do to get up to the baby floor?
You can't even get on the regular floor. That's my point.
I mean, we just not have it now where dads are already complaining, I can't get in to see my baby being born.
But now folks is just taking babies, right? But you can't see it. Shut up. Just stop.
If the man is struggling already to go see a child being born, I doubt somebody's walking out with a baby. Listen, if a nurse is walking with a baby, good luck. You must be doing some Jason Bourne shit. You gotta be doing some Jason Bourne
Again,
shit.
we're not saying it never happens, but it doesn't happen as much as y'all try to make it sound like it does.
Put it like this. You can't sit outside. No. You can't sit outside with that baby. You have to have somebody come get you. Somebody has to come get you.
Or they'll ask you first, like, is it okay? Because I remember I went to go see a friend of mine after she had a baby, and they were like, oh, you buzz and whatever, and, they ask your name or whatever. They went to ask her, like, oh, is it okay if so-and-so comes up?
Like I said. So, the next thing about it, when we come about looking at this, legal documentation. Birth certificates are legal documentations recognized by the state. It's an insurance policy that they have to recognize. Because the state, majority of hospital funding, they get from the state. Unless they're a privately owned hospital. But that birth certificate, once it's filled out, it goes to the state.
It's a legal document. It's a legal document, hence the reason why they ask you for ID before you sign it.
Why would it go to the state? Oh, right. The baby is getting a social security card. It has to go to the state. So that way it can get mailed to the address where the child is going to be at. So this is why you want to sign that paperwork. Now,
But you know, Joe, the only reason you thought that our baby wasn't yours is because your mama said that. Your mama said that the baby had the nose of Ray Ray down the block.
mm,
You ain't want no DNA test because your mama said.
now, now, let's look into this. So, you didn't want to ask the nurse on the hospital ward floor. Let's go ahead and look at this because I may not be sure, Jay, of low value, that baby might be mine. I did see her at Wendy's talking to Omega. Now, I don't know why she would go talk to him, but
Because he worked there.
She was over at Wendy's.
I was
knew
giving
that.
him my order.
Right. Unlikely thing. A likely thing. A likely thing. Can I ask the nurse on the maternity ward for a
Because you swear to God that baby got Omega's right ear.
Oh, I know. When I saw that red do-rag on that baby's forehead, I knew that was not my dead baby. I knew that was not my baby. That was his, the spawn of Satan. The baby don't even look like me. It's white. It's pink. You see me?
Well, you know, most babies come out pretty white. And then they usually darken up after a couple months.
Mm.
Most babies
Let's
also
go
come
ahead.
out with like straight hair.
You freaking Jews are poison. Let's go ahead and grab something. Can I ask for paternity tests at the hospital on the day the child's birth? Was living with a lady. We ended up in a relationship. Didn't know about the pregnancy for 4 months. Have been paying rent for the mom ever since I found out and going on OBGYN appointment. What to do? Everything's friendly.
Did
as
you know
possible.
they could even do a paternity test while the woman's still pregnant? It costs a lot more, but if you really truly had your doubts while she was still pregnant, you know you can get a paternity test while she's still pregnant.
Now, we have one person says if you're unsure, they won't do a paternity test. They won't do paternity testing in the hospital. But if you are unsure, you are the father, you should not sign the acknowledgement of the paternity form in the hospital. That's one person.
So are you saying that they don't force you to sign the birth certificate?
No, they do not force you to. Nobody can force you to sign a legal court document. It is a legal state court document. That damn paper. No one can force it. Well, she wrote down my social security number. She cannot write down. First of all, how are people getting y'all social security number? Y'all are stupid. Y'all listen. For the life of me, listen to high value BMT. Y'all be so happy during tax season to have that woman do your doggone taxes. Y'all are dumb.
And then you're mad that the money went into her account.
Yes, I know. I was staying with Jay. We were doing good. We were eating. I was sucking on her feet. And doggone, I was probably getting it every other week and every other night. I let her do my taxes. That's fine. So don't think that, hey, women are very curious creatures. If they know your name, shout out to Facebook, shout out to her name. If I learn your name, if I learn your address, now here's the thing about I can't force you to sign. Can't force you. If I say, hey, I'm pregnant, you might want to take that serious those 9 months. If Jay says, BMT, I'm pregnant. What that mean? What do you think? How you know the baby's mine? The best thing I can tell you to do, you might want to start going to the OBGYN. Unless you have that type of money where you can pay to find out that kind of stuff, you might want to go ahead and go to CVS and go ahead and get ready. Be copacetically cool. Talk to them. The time and place for paternity testing is is later either by voluntary agreement or failing agreement by court procedure. You can either voluntarily do it or you can get forced by the courts proceeding in a affecting parent-child relationship, or the OAG application for services of private family law counseling being returned. Now, these lawyers want y'all to pay them. They listen, they're being very nice to y'all. Listen, let me tell you right now. Shout out to Amy. Shout out to the nurses and the midwives. Listen, they can test you. They can test you right there on the clinic floor. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised how many men, how many soldiers have literally got a paternity test on there.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not like I feel like some of these talking points, I really, and that's why we kind of said what we said at the beginning that we were in character. I feel like a lot of these talking points are BS. And again, I have to say this again because I don't want to get offended. We're not saying.
Oh, no. Hang on. Watch this right here, Jay. DDC. See, sometimes you got to go ask the source. DDC, DNA Diagnostic Center, 1-800. If y'all want to go call them. How soon can a DNA test a baby after? You can DNA test a baby after birth, as soon as the baby is cleaned up by hospital staff. Because
a lot of these talk.
What'd you say, babe? Huh? No, I can't hear Jay.
Oh no, I was just saying a lot of these talking points make sound as if like it's hard to get a paternity test. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
I hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now.
Okay. I said I feel like a lot of these talking points make it sound.
Now, so okay, I think we're having a little time difference of a thing. Now, as soon as the baby, because of the cheek swab is used, it's important that the baby's mouth be free from meconium, amniotic fluid, breast milk, and formula when doing the DNA collection. 5 tips to collect the DNA for the newborn. Listen, dads, or might be or may not be. Listen, dads, do not try to take the baby to the bathroom to do a DNA test. Stop. Just ask a nurse. Let her make sure the baby's mouth is clean. We had one guy, he thought he was slick. He tried to get a paternity test. He forgot he did it after the baby had got breastfed. You're not going to get it accurate. You got to make sure the mouth is clean. Just like they tell you don't put gum or anything in your mouth or stuff like that. Listen, let them do it. They will do it. Your client, patient, confidential. 5 tips of collecting DNA for the newborn baby infant. All this stuff, they will do it. Why?
You have a super chat.
Okay, let me go get to that. Shout out. Thank you, Koja. 13 days to get back paternity test results. Mom not needed for test. 30 days to sign birth certificate. Thank you, Koja. In other words, whoever's trying to rush you to sign the birth certificate, that's a lie. They said, well, you have to sign it right there in that room or it's going to blow up or you're going to court. No. Because now you're being pressured into signing it. That's a lie. You can ask the hospital. Koja can tell you, I know about this. Listen, if you are unsure, I'm telling you right now, you can ask the nurse. The nurse will do it. I promise you, there's literally an older woman. Listen, nurses have seen a lot of stuff in their time. A lot. So it is nothing for a man to say, hey, listen, I'm a little nervous. To shut my family up, can I get a paternity test? Do you know how quick them nurses will do that just to shut people up? They don't hesitate. They don't hesitate. They don't need the woman. They already know that's the woman. They already know. You only need a woman if you have to confirm, hey, is that your mama? They already know that. They already know where that baby slid out. But for you, the daddies maybe. Come here, sit down. Mm-hmm. All right, let me hold the baby. Boom. Put them in the tubes. Boop, boop. Koja will tell you, we'll get back to you in a minute. We'll get back to you in a certain thing. Where do you want it shipped or mailed off to? So let's say the mama says, hey, I want you to sign a birth certificate. Now, that's another fight you have to deal with. But if you say, hey, I don't want to sign it yet, that's on you. You're not forced to. They can't force you. You can't. All they can do, and all she can do is to say, hey, well, if you don't sign, I'm taking you to court. It's okay. Paternity test is coming back. Paternity, DNA.
And to be honest with you, the majority of women.
Go ahead, Jay.
The majority of women, and that's another BS talking point. I feel like the majority of women are okay with this. If you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel that the majority of women, like, you know what? If let's just, like I said before, let's just do it and get it over with. That way we can close that door. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like y'all gotta understand, man. I'll tell you this right now. DNA test is the end all be all. Shut you up. DNA test is the end all be all. Shut it up. If you're afraid to take, brothers, don't talk no cash shit. If you're afraid to take that DNA test, don't talk none. If I tell Jay, I don't know for sure that baby's mine, then go get a DNA test. Better yet, how about I'll tell you what. I'll go 50-50 with you. We can go to CVS right now on the way. We'll stop by before we go to McDonald's. We can go right there. I'll meet you at CVS. $119. Ain't nobody gonna side eye you. You can get that test, or you can get a 3-day test, or you can go get that test. If you are not afraid of the results, you will go get that test. Knock it out the wall.
Right, and that's my point. Like, why? Okay, fine. That's what it takes to shut you up. I mean, maybe that's just me, but I feel like if that's what it takes to shut you up, fine, let's do it. Especially if I already know and I don't have no doubt.
Like, see, now here's the thing about it, and that's true, Slayer J. Some women do have the ego when the man says, "I want a DNA test."
Yeah, true. I guess maybe that's the business side of me talking, like maybe because I've been in corporate America too damn long. But I kind of look at it as a business transaction at that point, Maybe, like I said, maybe that's just the corporate America side of me. Like, okay, let's just do it. I ain't even gonna get offended,
See, now the thing about it is, and this is where let's click at it for the women. If you know that man is the daddy, why are you afraid to go buy? Why are you afraid to go pick up that? What's $119?
In the grand scheme of it, you got to pay child support for 18 years.
Exactly. In the grand scheme of it, either you find out or you don't. Easy DNA. That that might be too hard. Let's go look at Wally World, Walmart, Walgreens got paternity tests. Oh, same thing. Heck, they got a few more. I mean, got all these things right here. Get all these. The more it costs, the faster you get it back. I'm telling you right now, most DNA tests only take 3 days, 3 to 5 days. I'm just being honest with y'all. I've had to been there. I've been there. I've done that. It takes 3 to 5 days. You can UPS it. You can put it in FedEx. It will go straight there, and literally It will go to the prospective parties, and they will find out. They will get it.
No, I'm reading Koja's comment. She said, "Police in my pussy while they got wayward dick."
Okay. Don't follow Koja.
Oh, now we can't
Walmart.
follow her. Oh, now I can't follow her. Okay.
Don't follow Koja. Koja don't know. Koja, we working with her. Now they got home DNA, for some of y'all cheap people, and it's literally it got a pretty high rating. We know this is for some of y'all who want to go cheap. Now you can get home DNA for some of y'all. It's about about a dime bag. You know what I'm saying? Same amount that you paid to put in gas. You can go get that. Now that's taking too long. Okay, they want me to verify ID. See that Walmart acting too much right now. So you can go get that. You can go get complete DNA test, paternity test, or you can get the at-home food sensitive comprehensive. I don't know what that means, but that looks like going to be a lot of shit. Now
they probably getting DNA, freaking
DNA test results.
Gluten sensitivity, allergies, probably getting everything.
Now what this?
So okay, we got the DNA, and now I prove that you're the father. So now there's no question of paternity at this point. So why are you mad that I'm trying to get child support from you? Babies are expensive.
First off, if the baby's so expensive, why not give it to the father?
Okay, that's fine. Okay, you can have them, but just remember he needs diapers, formula, clothes. What else?
Why get the cheap one? Because first of all, I don't know that baby's mine. Why would I spend all that money if I know that baby's mine? Koja might be trying to run over me by trying to give me spend extra money. Jay already lied. So why would I pay $119 for a baby? I don't know what's mine. If I know where I have been, I have no problem with the man getting his confirmation.
Exactly.
Omega says, I'll pay the 119 test. 9 years ago, it was $200 at the lab with court certification. Non-court certification was less. And the thing about it is, here's the thing. If most of these labs these days are court certified, majority of these labs are court certified. So you get it
But
done.
I think people are getting these talking points from the proverbial locker room 20 years ago, back in the day, my father, my grandfather, this, that, and the third. Okay, let's fast forward to now. There's, maybe we can make that argument 30 years ago that happened. But now it's not so much of an excuse. And I'm sure your mama will help you buy. I know you don't have a lot of money, Joe, so I'm sure your mama will help you buy a DNA test.
My mama and me already prayed over at the altar, so we already know that baby ain't mine. So you can stop right there.
Okay, but why don't you just get the DNA test though?
My mom had
it's not yours.
My mom only had to look at that baby one time, and we knew when Grandma Jeannie saw the picture of the baby, she already knew that baby was mine. So I'm going to GameStop and I'm going to get me an Xbox. I don't have to prove nothing else.
Yeah, but instead of getting an Xbox, why don't you wait on getting an Xbox and then pay for the paternity test?
Take Omega his baby back. Take Omega his baby. That ain't my baby. I knew that then. And you know what? I'm about to slander you all over social media for being a hoe.
That's fine. That's fine. But, you could still get a DNA test.
You know what? You should have been on birth control.
I can't take birth control. Why didn't you use a condom?
Said you couldn't get pregnant. Well, I thought you could.
I didn't say I couldn't get pregnant.
Well then, I guess both of us are full of lies.
The payer of child support. Oh, here we go. The payer of child support should provide an itemized list with the expenses accompanying the receipts for the payer. Huh? Why?
The
Do you
pay
think women are out buying weave and do you think women are out buying weave and Miami trips with the little $50 a week? I'm confused.
the payee of child support should provide an itemized list with the expenses, accompanying receipts to the
See,
payer.
here's the issue with that. I'm gonna tell you what the issue is with that. Let's say, and let's say because the child support card, I think you might only get a deposit twice a week or twice a month or whatever the case may be, or maybe once a month. It depends on the state. Some states do once a month, some states do twice a month. So again, let's say I have a child with Joe and he's paying me child support. So it's the 15th, right? Or 14th, whatever. It's January 15th. Let's say we have a small child. 2 weeks ago, I didn't pay my light bill because the baby needed Pampers and formula. So I went and used my paycheck to buy the Pampers and formula, and I held off on my light bill for 2 weeks because I knew my child support check was coming. So when my child support check came, I used that to pay for my light to pay for my light bill.
Listen, you shouldn't be using child support to pay your bills. Child support is for that child.
Right. Well, I already put money towards that child. You only gave me $100 for 2 weeks. I've already the beginning of the month. I already spent $250 on that child because I had to pay the light bill. I had to pay. He needed formula and pamper. He needed formula and Pampers, and I also had to pay the daycare bill. And that was all due on the first, and I paid that already. So
So
now when I get a child, since that's money, that's basically kind of money in arrears. So now I'm going out to dinner on, with that because now at this point it's extra money because I already spent that money and I already did whatever the child needed for the month. He's straight for the rest of the month now. I already spent $300 and your check was only 150. So we're even.
first off, first off, first off, first off, you don't need to be asking me. Looks like you need another job. Exactly. Killmatic. Shouldn't have laid down if you can't take care of no baby. You need to get the child to me.
Well, you shouldn't have laid down if you couldn't take care of no baby.
That's the problem with you black women. Always using, actually, just you women in general.
Women
Y'all
aren't
using
asexual. Black women aren't asexual,
Fix. You didn't tell me all that.
Didn't tell you what that the $500 daycare bill was due on the first, and then I needed clothes, Pampers, and everything else. I'm even for the sake of this conversation, Koja. I'm not even gonna get into the light and rent and gas part. We'll call that even because I would have had to pay that anyway. So yeah, I already paid that on the first. I don't get your check until the 15th, like I said, and I paid out like $500 or $400 or $500. Your check was only 150. So now you want an itemized receipt for what?
I would like to get a receipt before
For
I
what?
pay.
Do you want, as a matter of fact, you know what I'm willing to do? I'm willing to meet you halfway. So how about this? Instead of you paying child support, how about you just pay the daycare bill?
All right.
Instead, so you
So,
don't even have to pay child support. How about you just pay the daycare bill? And the daycare bill is $800 a month.
whoa, 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 whoa.
So is that cool with you? And then that way you don't have to worry about that I'm spending
Don't
money
you
on
got a
whatever to
job?
get my nails done.
Don't you got a job?
Yeah, but I'm paying for everything else.
I already paid your child support. Why am I paying for daycare?
Because your kid eats a lot.
I just gave you $50 last week.
So now the kid
No,
isn't. So wait, how old is the kid? Are they still in daycare? How old is our kid now? Are they in school? Are they out of Pampers?
Our kid is
Huh?
going. Our kid is starting school, and I
Okay.
see you blown.
So they still need aftercare. So they still need after school care because school lets out at 3 and I work until 5:30. So
And I
that
think
costs about $400. That's about $400 a month. And then I have to pay for their lunch money, and their lunch money is that's about $20 a week. So that's another what $80 roughly a month.
freak.
And I have her in tap dance class. So that tap
Why
dance
she
class
why she in there
that
without my permission?
tap dance is 120 a month.
I'm gonna have to go to GameStop and pawn some of these.
I'm just saying, well, they only gonna give you $3 for that game. So,
Fuck.
but that's what I'm saying. You know what? I'm happy. You know what? I will be fine. You don't have to give me
Just give
child
me my
support.
goddamn
How about you
baby.
just cover the daycare bill?
Just give me my baby. Just give me my baby. Just give me my baby.
Okay.
It's clearly using the system.
So
to
you gonna
oppress
pick him
me.
up? Wait. So you gonna pick him up from school every day?
Yeah, if I got to. Wait, what time they gotta go to school?
Well, they go to school from 8 to 3.
I gotta be at work at 6.
So you need to put them in before care program then.
Hold up. First of all, wait. I'm gonna talk to Grandma Jeannie. They can probably Grandma Jeannie could probably put her on the bus. And what time do you go to work?
No, you said you have your kid. It don't matter what you want your baby. You can have him. It don't matter what time I go to work.
So now you being a deadbeat mommy.
You said you wanted your baby because you didn't want to pay child support. That's fine.
So I guess you running back to the street just like Koja.
Yeah, you know what I am. Me and Koja about to run the streets.
I'm glad it came out.
I'm about to get my hair and nails done, and we about to go on Miami trips.
Yeah. School lunch is $20 a week.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go see Dr. Miami and get a BBL.
You know what? You're right, Ghost. I will take the deal. I will take my own child, and I will get somebody to watch my child.
But you still gonna have to pay them. That's fine. You could pay somebody under the table, but you still gotta pay Consuela $100 a week at least.
I guess I win. I
win. Like I said, there's ballet and tap dance, and then she wears uniforms. So now you got to go and you got to make sure the uniforms from the school, they only can get them from that one special location because it has to have the school seal on it, embroidered.
Whoa, so, pause. You asking me to do all this extra shit. I know what to do for my child. My child going to public school. I went to public school.
It is public school.
I ate food. I survived. I'm telling you where my child gonna go. You don't tell me.
But public school wears uniforms. So when you go to get the uniform, those shirts that you have to get, they only have one dealer that you get the shirts from, and I think they're like $15 a shirt. So, yeah.
How much school clothes cost?
Well, like I said, those shirts are about $15 a shirt, and then you got to get the khaki pants, and then they can't wear sneakers to school, so they can only wear a certain kind of shoes.
What? Who told you that's a damn?
Yeah. Give me 1 minute, babe. Give me 1 minute.
So as y'all see, my low value bae is definitely bullshit with all these make-believe prices. First of all, listen, my mama was able to take me to Goodwill, get $100. You know how much clothes I can get at Goodwill or wherever my mom was? She had an old lady at church. $100 go a long way in getting school clothes. First off, you ain't about to. First of all, y'all must got life fucked up. Omega, I'm not about to trade in my games. I'm gonna be balling out of control. I'm going to Puerto Rico. I'm gonna live my best life. I'm gonna get my son or child back, and I'm gonna make it do what it do. Fuck all that. I'm gonna go do me. Now I can go get Cecilia one to watch my child because she loves me, and she can take care of my child while I go to work, drop my baby off at school. But see, what one woman won't do, another black woman gonna step up and be a queen and take care of my child. And that's the problem. See, brothers, y'all done got we gotta understand. These black women are selfish. They think they can drop a baby and then run out there in the streets and give it to Big Mama. I'm gonna live my life and take care of my child. Not that much anymore. Goodwill want $5 to $10 penny. Where at? What Goodwill you at? I will go to the thrift store. That's a lie. But you got on new Jordans, whatever. Hold up. First of all, don't. First of all, I work for those. I work for those, so it ain't even all of that. So let first of all, what happened? But I'm seeing that y'all talk about y'all want a good black man. Here I'm trying to take care of my child. Now I've already got my child from my ain't-ish baby mama. She got herself a man. I hear she might be pregnant again.
I'm
So
back.
that,
I can hear you.
Jay, listen.
Yes.
I need you to drop the baby off at school. At least step up. You can at least step up and help me out with our child. It takes two. I don't need you. Don't need
Okay. Well, you know what?
hot girl summer bullshit.
Come up Tuesday and Thursday.
Huh?
Huh?
Who gonna do our child's hair?
Well, that's up to you because you wanted to keep custody of the child.
Is it? I did. Because I knew that my child stood a better chance. New grandma's taking girls trips. Goodwill.
I mean, girl, what you mean? Grandma, listen, wait. My sister-in-law is the same age as me, and she's a grandmother. So
I get okay. Here's what we'll do. We will take the child to Ross together. I know you have a Ross card. I've seen you there.
yeah, but I just told you she can't wear stuff from Ross. She has to have a special shirt for school.
They don't know that. They don't know that. This is my child.
Yes,
Mine.
they do, and she will get in trouble if you don't. I understand that, but she wears a uniform.
What kind of racist school our kid is going to?
I don't know because the school my daughter and real off character, real life, my daughter does wear a uniform to school. She has since first grade. She goes to public school.
They better be paying for my child's scholarship. I got to put them in a uniform or some shit. All right.
She wears a uniform since the first grade, and on top of that, you can wear like a certain color polo shirt, and if you don't, you get in trouble. Like they will send a letter home to the parents. Like you will get in trouble.
Okay, so
yeah, public school does require uniforms depending on where they go or depending on where they live.
Let's tally up. Let's go ahead and tally up. School clothes from Ross. I say, okay, you said we can't go to Ross. Where the hell we gonna go? J.C. Penney, Boulay, Walmart, Target.
I just told you you have to go to the one. You have to. Well, polo shirts you can get from like Old Navy. They're like $10 to $15 each.
Oh, Navy. Fuck, let's look this.
Yeah.
Do you go? Have you been in Old Navy? I ain't never been in that damn store.
I get most of my clothes from Old Navy actually, but yeah. So polo shirts, like I think the school requires.
All right, so let's go shopping. Go look at it. All right, let's look up some Old Navy. They got a 50% off. That's pretty good.
But you know what? Why you look that up? But see, that's the thing. A lot of folks. Okay. But that's the
Like,
thing. A lot of folks think that again, like, oh, well, she coming off of my child support. Like, no, you start adding that shit up.
now, first of all, we already know that we winning because Old Navy for the culture. Wait, where was the black man at?
There should be a drop down for like uniforms or something. Listen, Old Navy, my store. I don't care. Black folks sleep on Old Navy. Old Navy is my store.
Shit, fucking goddamn Ross and goddamn Grandma Jeannie's thrift shop is my store. The fuck you talking about? Shit, I'll find me a good pair of jeans. Rock that shit.
I can't never find. I have no luck at Ross. Never.
All right, so where the hell is these uniforms at?
I never have any luck at Ross.
You know what? I'm gonna hit up my ex girlfriend Koja. Have her throw cash
Go
at
up
me
to the
some money.
top.
Koja gonna cash at me some money. So it's a rare one act.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, where is it? It said maternity. Where's anything for me?
As long as she get her uniform, then you got to pick her up from school the other 3 days. I'll pick her up on Tuesday and Thursday.
All right. You taking her on Saturday and
So anything
Friday?
else?
Friday and Saturday.
And I'll stop the child support order, so you don't have to worry about the child support.
I win.
Every other week. Every other weekend. Every other weekend.
Every other weekend. So you'll stop the child support order, but
I mean, unless you want to have a court. Yeah, unless you want to have a court.
okay.
Work it out.
Okay, so we got these school uniforms, and all right, $15. So, how many pair of pants can you go through? I mean, how many pants did we talk about? We got to buy her, one or two? Shit.
4.
4. The fuck?
Get dirty quick. So unless you're washing clothes every day, 4, 5, enough for a week. Yeah. Yeah.
4. I don't want that shit. You gonna get 2 pair of pants. Better do like I did. Have 2 pair of pants and alternate them. All right, so 4. All right,
Koja, I've gone to the Ross and but I don't know. I what street is that on? I've gone to a couple of Rosses in Tampa. I don't like there's this one area, it's like Ross and DD discounts in another store. I ain't never find nothing in none of them.
So okay, so first of all, this is $15. All right, so we can we'll get first of all, I don't want my baby out there look like no for the streets. So she gonna that's too curvy. I want her out there look like she's the streets like her mama. So she gonna have to change that. Hey, ask your mama to come. Ask your mama said everybody want to claim my child on taxes. First of all, you do know that you don't get no tax money for my child. I'm taking care of my children.
I mean, you claim her on the taxes, but I know you don't you owe back taxes?
So how are we gonna work this out? You can claim her on the taxes, but I still want $200 or $300 for me. Okay. Now, does she have to wear a skirt or no?
No, you said we're not doing a child support thing.
Okay.
She can either skirt or pants, but it has to be a approved skirt. Either or, but they both $15. They both $15. Don't matter.
$15. Okay, so I got her 4 pair of pants. This is pretty good. I don't think.
Okay.
If this is my child, you could at least step up.
Okay, that's about 2 months. And don't forget, lunch money is.
Lunch money? What?
Okay, I'll buy a pair. So you can lunch money is $20.
No, it's not. Lunch money, I'll give her. Man, we made some goddamn collard greens and rice last night. She better take that shit with her. no goddamn lunch. Well, all right.
There's no
So okay,
microwave, so it'll be cold.
Bill's character.
On her
We got her some nice. We got some.
eating collard greens and rice.
Now hold on. Now this one right here is $6. Now we found some now. This is $6. It's looking pretty good. Here's some nice pants. Damn, same right here. Now, when you gonna get some goddamn shit with I gotta say, my baby to school looking fly. That bullshit. Yeah. Had that. So we got that. That's 4.
Now, don't forget the lunch money is $20 a week. You could probably sign up.
I hear you,
Hold
woman.
on, you
I
could
hear
probably
you.
sign up for free lunch, but that means your name will be in the system.
And that's a no bueno. We will not be signing.
But your name will be in the system.
Okay, so for me to get free lunch, I would have to do what? Okay.
Oh, okay.
How
So
about-
it's $20 a week.
So how about we do this?
Your name, you have to sign up
Okay, now how
and
about we
see if
do
your
this?
income qualifies. So you will have to provide W-2s
So
and pay stubs.
chill. How about we do this? My mama, who's on SSI, get her to sign
Yeah.
the kids up. Get her to sign my baby up for school. And she can take her in there. I'll go there, but my mama gonna sign her up. How about that? How's that sound? And take her in. I think it's a pretty good deal.
Oh my goodness.
What's wrong? What's wrong with my mama signing up the baby for school?
Whatever works.
Now the next, okay, so my mama signed the baby up for school, get SSI. Now they're sending me this form saying my baby has to go get shots. The fuck is this shit? Jay, Jeannie,
Make sure you take them to the doctor.
doctor. My mama gonna do that.
You said you wanted full custody. You said you wanted full custody.
I need you to take my. If I can't do that, I'm gonna have to call up Koja to do it. I need you to take my baby to the doctor. Are you gonna step up or not? You so quick to lay up under
I'm
another
gonna
man.
get a BBL and live my best hot girl life. I decided. Yep, I'm a hot girl.
You a hot girl? Y'all black women have always been for the streets. From the streets of where I found you, from the streets from which
You know it.
back to be returned. From the streets from where I find you. Now I need my boo Koja
Yep.
to step up and be a mama. But I already
She
know
said
you
she
ain't
got her
trying to be
own
the mama.
kids. She ain't got time for you.
Hmm?
She
I
said she
would
ain't got
like
time
for-
for you.
Why not? Why not? Oh, there's always a woman that's gonna step up and love me and my child. Unlike you. You will die out there in the streets unless you get back right with the Lord and me. I'm already off child support, so I'm good. I got my child, I'm good. I'm living my best life. I'm a man of spirit content creator, and the best believe I'm a king and a god in my own right. So pay homage to me. Because guess what? And I got my Xbox.
Okay.
So I got my kid.
goodness.
I didn't have to go to the court system. We saved money. We're doing pretty good. I don't see what's the problem.
Okay.
How about no? We do not have to go that
Okay.
far.
Why you dropped the link? You want Koja to come up here?
Because Koja gonna take care of my baby. You out there living your life, spreading your legs for some ain't-ish nigga AM1 and
okay.
makeup. You a hot girl. Koja, hey baby.
Hey, how you doing? I can't take care of your children. I got my own children. All them step children in the house make too much drama. My child hair long, your child jealous because she got weed. We can't do it. It's too much drama. Every time your child come to the house, she pulling my daughter hair because my daughter got long hair and she got a weed.
We
We
can make
can't
this
do
work.
that. It's
We
too
can
much
make this work.
drama.
We can
I
make
can't
this
be
work.
doing all them step children. And I gave my children to their dad for the weekend. So what I'm gonna have your children for and I ain't got my own?
Coach.
Mm,
First of
I
all,
can't do it. But we could be friends with benefits.
well, hold up. First of all,
You could come and stay, part of the night, but leave in the morning so you could be home in time for your children.
I need somebody to take my child to the doctor. You do. I need my child to take to the doctor. I don't braid my child hair. That's something that you can do. You got small fingers, so I know you can braid some hair.
My daughter braid hair, and she normally charge $50, but I'm gonna have her hook you up for 35. But you got to buy the hair.
How much hair costs?
Depending on what she get and how many pipes she needs. Sometimes it be three in the pipe for what, $5. And if she getting long plaits, what she need about 5 or 6 pipes. So that
I
might be
want
30 some dollar, 40 some dollar worth of hair, and then you pay her $35 to put it in. And that's
now.
only cause you my friend.
Okay, now I want my child to be organic and natural. I want her to be. Her mama was never natural. Her mama had all that weed and shit. I never
Your
liked that.
baby hair is 2 inches and she getting weave. How she gonna be organic with synthetic hair?
First of all, culture. Don't be talking about my child. Second off,
I'm just sorry.
we talking about building a family.
Okay.
Also, I don't need you being friends or trying to figure out about my baby mamas because if she try to look you up on Facebook, don't worry about her. Worry about us. About us. Now, how much? Now you going school shopping with your daughters? I need you to take my daughter with you.
Uh-uh.
Why not? What happened to a
Cause I
black
don't
woman?
take my own daughter to school shopping. I buy and bring it home.
What happened to
I
being
buy and
a
bring
black
it
woman?
home. I got 3 children. I mean 4. I ain't with all that drama, so I'm definitely not taking yours. I'm gonna go buy the stuff at the store and bring it home, and they're gonna be happy.
Now, question. Now,
Cause I'm a
why
mama. I know what it's like to take them to the grocery store.
do do you feel a lot of black? Do you feel a lot of black women play stepmama? Hmm? Or no?
Maybe a
Do you
lot of
think
the
so?
dumb ones are the ones who ain't got no children.
Mm, mm.
Ain't nobody with their own children trying to get no extra children. I'm sorry, I got my hands full with my own. Now, maybe if you met me and I'm younger than you and I ain't got no child, I might do that. But now I ain't trying to do nobody else's children because I got my own.
So I need to find a younger female, probably around 19, 20, because Jay's not working with me. She done dropped the child off on my doorstep. Kodra, I love you. You didn't mind me massaging your shoulders, but now all of a sudden you don't want to step up. I'm trying to figure out what's good. Your daughters are grown. They getting out the house. We talking about having a family.
Or you could get your older woman who children grown, but they doing their own thing too. So your best bet is try to get you somebody who ain't got no kids. But they don't really want to date men with kids these days because we like the men used to be. The men didn't want no women with children, and now you got women who
That's
don't
not
want no
true.
men with children. So I don't know.
That's not true. Men, we have always loved up on you women with children. We have always treated y'all with respect. We treat y'all like movies and queens. We always take y'all, go get y'all nails and y'all feet done. What black man don't take care of women with children? You are really talking that. First off,
Okay.
I need to ask you first of all a question.
What Kevin Samuel say? A woman with children is low value. So the same low value they apply to women with kids, they apply to men.
Now, I have to ask the question. I'm just asking. Can you still get pregnant? I just need to know. I messed up with my last baby mama. Can you have kids? I don't want to make a mistake.
Nope.
So,
the factory closed.
Thank you. My first baby mama did not tell me. And I have a secret. I was previously married. We are no longer together. She lives in North Carolina. I'm down here in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting me a new life. I have a job working at Amazon, and I'm changing my life, and I got a car. I'm just saying, it's just me and my daughter. So I don't see why we can't be together as a family. I thought we.
You want to rent an extra room at my house? Is what you're trying to say?
I'm
You're
not
trying to rent an
asking.
extra room.
You see, you're taking it as rent an extra room. I'm talking about us starting a family, Koja. Family.
I don't know. We can date.
I get a hit at least.
We can date.
So you want me to pay for food? I'm already taking care of a child. I already got responsibilities, but you want to go out on a date?
Yeah. If you got time, if you ain't got time, you might not even have time for a woman. It sounds like you might need to focus all your energy for the next little bit of time, getting your stuff together and getting straight, with your home and getting yourself straight. If you need some resources for child care or whatever, I might can hook you up if you qualify income wise to put your name on the list or tell you where to go to get some good child care, subsidized child care or something. But it seems
Black
like you got your hands full for the next few months since you just moved down here.
men can't get child support. Black men can't get child support, Coach.
I ain't say child support. I say subsidized child care.
Wait, how much that
Yes,
gonna
you
cost?
can.
How much that gonna cost?
But I thought you ain't. I thought you didn't want child support. You just wanted your child.
Well, me and the mama agreeing.
You just wanted your child, right?
I just want my child.
Okay, well, you don't worry about child support. So you didn't want that. I think you should put on child support personally.
I should put her
Or
ass
either,
on.
if you ain't gonna put on child support, come up with some kind of agreement. Y'all should. If you ain't gonna do child support, if y'all could come up with some agreement, y'all should do that and keep the courts out of it. But if she ain't willing to pay, then y'all might need to take it to the next level.
Now, your daughter is old enough. Maybe she's old enough to watch my child while me and you go out.
Now,
What do you mean? Why not? She old enough. She can braid hair and do all that stuff. She can watch our child. Notice I said our child now. With me and you together.
In the movies where they used to have a little 12-year-old white girl, they used to pay her to babysit. And you can't work my child for free. And I ain't even going to put my child in that type of situation.
Why not?
Because people feel some type of way about their kids. And the first time they argue or whatever, you're going to be hot. So the best thing to do is you to find you an old lady to keep. What, they pay $25 a day or something?
How much is your mom? How much can your mama watch our kids?
Oh, my mama work.
Black women be at home.
But at this, yeah.
Black women be at home. They don't be out there working.
Nah, black women work. Now, these grandmas these days got to work. They can't retire till you, 70-some years old. So all these grandmas in the 60s and the 50s is working. And in the 50s, that ain't, they still doing hot girl summer.
Oh, so did retirement get pushed back? I got to know.
They taking girls trips. They going on cruises.
Hang on, let me find this out.
Well, Social Security, I think my paper said to qualify for the whole thing, you got to be so old. And if you ain't got no retirement, they still working. Ain't no more welfare where they sit at home and collect checks and they ain't getting disability.
Oh, to get Social Security, you had to be 66 to 70 years old. Who gonna live that long? Well, I'll be. I got my
See that?
So
if they living, they working.
So what we learned,
And
what,
even the old grandmas know they work and they ain't keeping no children for $5 a day.
you know, so what we learned, and thank you for the donation. So what we learned today, when we're about to go over the document hour, shout out to my lovely Koja. Shout out to Jay. What we are learning is that there's more than that meets the eye when it comes to raising a child. That a lot of people are assuming. A lot of people think that it's easy just to grab a child, run the gauntlet, and just live their best life. Coach, how much you spend on getting kids ready for school? I know you got more than one child. How much it costs for getting your child ready for school?
If I catch the sale on, you go and buy the. It's about $15 for a shirt because we have to wear a uniform down here, and then you have to buy the khaki pants, whether it's the shorts or whatever. If you get the dresses, it's a little bit more. So you're talking about for the shirt and the pants, $25 to $35 a day. Because you're gonna at least want five shirts and five pants. And then if they girls, they want to do more than just wear the pants. They may want the dress or the skirts or the different things. So, and then you got to do the hair. And even with little boys, the little boys' haircuts are what? $15, $20 for the haircuts for little boys.
Mm-hmm. Someone writes it.
Because you don't want your son with no B2Bs, and you won't want.
Someone said if I had kids, I wouldn't feel comfortable paying someone less than $100 a day. We can tell you right now from 3 parents. Listen, child care services is not cheap. Child care services is not cheap. The average child care service, a decent one, you're gonna be paying over $200. You're gonna pay over $200, and I think that's somebody working with you.
And that's a week.
Yeah, that's a week. Coach, how much you say George costs?
For a newborn, when I was going back to work, when my daughter's older now, but when I was going back to work, they say for a newborn, it was $185 a week. I moved back to my little small town, and the Haitian lady gave me a break, but it was still like $125 a week, and that was with a break. And for the most part, me working 3 nights a week.
So,
even with the daycare, even if you use it 1 day or 5 days, it's the same price. And after school care, if you don't, some places you can get the Boys and Girls Club, but if you can't get the Boys and Girls Club, like in the city, it be booked up. It's hard to get on the list, but that's $65, $75 a week for after school care, and that's after they get out the daycare stages. So, and if you work weekends, not just your Monday through Friday, if your child in school and you work weekends, you can have to pay weekend care.
Now, my kids' services, I have 4 kids. I was paying up to $1,100. Luckily, thank God, I had family, so but I still paid. Some money. I'm going to probably do a panel. Probably going to do a panel next time. I got your email. I'm probably going to have to hit you up on the email. Y'all guys, like I said, the visitation thing. Let's look at that. Visitation. Does the state keep kids from the parent without probable cause, or there has to be a reason?
There have to be a reason.
Now, we hear a lot of stories.
Child abuse or neglect.
Now we always hear that somebody always says that, hey, that the state does not allow, but we have a nurse. Koja has worked with the system. I work around with the system, and Jay is a parent. Now we hear a lot of people say that the state does not allow me because of the judge to see my kids. I don't know about that. I have to challenge that because the state
No,
the state predominantly wants the kid with to have interaction with both parents for the most part. Or am I overshooting that? I'm gonna pass it over.
um, I actually have a friend who had intervention with DCF and stuff, and even after the father was abusive to the child, they still made the child have supervised visitation with the father, and he even like went off on the child verbally in the supervised visitation, and they didn't stop it. But generally, for the state to get involved, it's been some type of abuse or neglect. Now, personally, I'm a nurse, and my child father wanted custody. He called DCF on me 3 to 4 times. Our kids are grown now, and I was like, "You think you're gonna get child support out of me? But if I get convicted of neglect, which it was total BS, I couldn't pay you no child support because I wouldn't have no job. It would literally take whatever." So a lot of people try to use that, and if they baby mama actually work in the system as a CNA, nurse, or teacher, they're taking their livelihood. So they won't be able to contribute on any significant level if they're going to use that as the basis. Because I've seen people do that, try to use DCF or whatever the agency is to intervene, like in a custody wise. Because if the state take them and give them to them, then they don't have to go through the family court system.
Mm. So
So yeah,
in dealing with this,
and even some moms even court ordered to take the child to the prisons to see him.
really. So hold on now. That's something different. Well, for the most
Yeah,
part,
it's been cases.
for the most part, you know, uh, you know, we're letting y'all know that for the most part, child services, if you're on that paperwork and you are claiming that child, they do ask if the child would. If they ask the parent, "Do you want interaction with your child?" Believe it or not, some parents say no. They don't want to have no interaction with their child. Now, people may not want to understand that or believe that, but that does happen. They'll become resentful of Koja and say, "You know what? You're doing X, Y, and Z. You're doing X, Y, and Z. Don't even bring that motherfucker around." Has that not happened before where some people, I don't bring that child around?
I know personally myself, my daughter is 9 years old. Her dad went to court for custody. The last time he saw her, I think it was June of 2013. He sends part of his child support. I'm supposed to get 1181. He sends 476 about nine times out of the year, and he hasn't reached out to touch her. Now, if he came back in the picture, people would say I'm wrong for being reluctant to slowly reestablish visitation. I don't think that a person should have to go and spend a weekend in somebody's home they haven't seen for 8 years and literally don't know after the age of 18 months. And if I were to say, I don't have a problem with it, but let's start out with some play dates first before we transition into overnights and stuff. And as a mother, people say, "Oh, she don't want to." I would be really apprehensive about him seeing her just because the way he talked to her and handled her the last time it happened. Now, if we say, I done came to Jesus, I want to start over anew and move forward. But most people would say I'm bitter, as opposed to saying I'm apprehensive because the way you treated her last time. Let's do this slowly.
Okay. Jay, what about you, Jay?
And some men pay and don't even seek out visitation.
So I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
So I have a question because this comes up a lot in these spaces. What made him not be around his daughter? Because people are saying that, oh, the women are keeping their kids from the man and this, that, and the third. So what made him decide not to be around her?
Oh, you want I gonna give y'all the version. I didn't know he had a wife and a fiance, and he really didn't want kids.
Oh,
So
shit.
he didn't want kids. He
I
didn't
told
want a child.
I told y'all.
And then after she got here, it was, I want custody. And after he didn't win custody, which he almost did win custody. Let's get that straight. He almost won, but he just left the country. That nigga went to Africa, and he ain't even African. So it's like, if I can't have her all and get the child that I didn't say I said I didn't want, if you can't give her to me, then I just won't be there. And I'm good with that, because I was the person who didn't have a dad growing up, who wanted their children to have a father. And what I learned from my son's father is that if you're going to be in their life, causes and DCF, when people are trying to work with you, then you're doing more harm, because when those kids become teenagers, they go to playing the mom against the daddy. And it's all kind of trouble they get into because the parents are not on the same page. So if it's going to be somebody in their life causing drama, leave and don't be there, and let me raise my child without all this playing mama against dad.
I would say this to a lot of,
Because the kids suffer.
I would say this to a lot of parents, and I've seen it with men and I've seen it with women. I've seen a sister tell her sister, listen, you drop this baby off at my house when they were 2, you only come in and out of this child's life. Just stay out of the child's life. I've seen this. I've seen grandparents do it. A child is not a puppy. It's not a plaything. Human being. If you're not going to be in that child's life, don't say, well, now I had an epiphany. Now I want to. Because now you have to try to play this pick up. Let's try it again. Let's do this again. Let's try this again. And I had this happen to me before, where even I was told by Mimi, listen, if you're going to be in the kid's life, be in the kid's life. If you're going to be out there in the streets, stay to the streets. Better for me to break to them that you ain't want no part and just say you ain't shit and let them just have that. Versus it does more damage when they're sitting there waiting on broken promises. That more so fucks up a child more, because they're believing in that of a man or in a woman to be something or do something, and they're not coming through. And that impacts a child where the other parent has to try to pick up the pieces and try to psychologically restabilize the child. See, that's the stuff y'all don't see. I've seen that, but I be in school with these kids.
One of the worst things.
Go ahead.
One of the worst things. One of the worst things I remember, I told my son's dad, please don't tell them you're gonna do something. Just let me know, and then you come. He promised them, I'm gonna come and take you to the fair. They sat up there. I called, I knew he wasn't coming. And he sat up there, they waiting for him, waiting for him. Oh, I'm coming, I'm coming. And then the kids had to hear he went to the fair without them. When I say, if you're gonna do something with them, don't tell them. Just let me know and I'll have them ready. And that's one of the most hurtful feelings because now I'm pissed. I'm pissed off because you done hurt my children. I don't care who hurt your child, whether it's their father or a kid in the street. As a parent, you're mad because you didn't have to do that. And I had to be the one who dried their tears while they sitting up there dressed, waiting for their dad to take them to the fair. And then they want to say why the mama got an attitude. Yes, I was pissed then because you hurt my kids unnecessarily. And that
Now,
was a lie that didn't have to be told because they didn't ask you to go. You volunteered that. And then they want like the mama got an attitude. How many times do you sit up and have kids ready to go places and do things and then they don't turn up?
so
And then they
across,
say, you mad. Yeah, I'm protective of my kids from strangers and from family because sometimes family hurt kids too. And if I
okay,
had a,
I wanted to add on to that, and I know that, and I'm sorry that that happened to your child, your children. Like I remember uh, a girl. She was supposed to go to the county fair with her dad. Right? Her mama said your dad's at work, but you can go over to the Johnsons. Okay.
mm-hmm,
I said, well, she was like, I said, well, we want to go to the fair, Dad. You know what I'm saying? But the other child didn't have no money. I said, don't worry, I'll cover it. Mom said, you sure? I said, I got it. It's just fair. You know what I'm saying? I bought them you buy the bracelet, they can ride on all the rides as much as they want. All of a sudden, I heard screaming. And I saw her just
we
sitting there.
stand.
I saw her sitting there on the ground. But I didn't know what happened to her or what hurt her. And she was hysterical. She was hysterical because guess what she saw at the fair? She saw her dad there with another woman.
What did she see at the fair?
She saw her dad,
Her
Oh,
dad.
another woman, hugged up, caked up with another child and another family. And that just fucked her up. Y'all, when I said I had to pick that child up and carry her in my arms, and all she can do was snob and cry in my arms. Now, this is a 19-year-old little girl. I had to carry her. I had it. And mind you, I got my 4 kids. They want to still ride, but she was already mentally fucked up. Mind you, she's sitting there in the wet grass, in the mud, bawling her eyes out.
mhm.
Because she saw that. People don't understand what these kind
Okay.
of
I'm gonna
things.
throw another wrench. I'm gonna throw another wrench to you
There
and
you go.
Koja. I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw this into it. Why didn't you choose better, Koja?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a talking point too.
Oh, I don't have a problem. Yeah, hey, that was the same dad who I could pull the picture out when his first son was born with him with tears in his eyes. Now, how that happened, I don't know. But hey,
Like I said,
I
like
would
I
have never thought. Well, I know he was probably ancient. No, no, I would have never thought some of the stuff that he did. I would have never believed that he would have did it.
want to say,
Yeah.
I took, like I say I did take the child. I took the child back to the house. You know what I'm saying? You know, the other kids they stayed at the house, and like I said,
Okay. And I guess that's what, and then see, that's the thing too. Like that's another talking point. It
like she don't want to talk to her dad no more. Now this has been at least about 2 years ago. She don't want to talk to her dad no more. Her dad be asking for her. Now I want you to understand, if the child, granted, the courts do force the kid to want to go for parental visits, but if the child says, "I don't feel safe and I don't want to go," that child doesn't have to get that court.
Yeah.
I want you to understand this. Once she found that out, like she ain't want nothing else to do with her dad, because now the imagery of you saying that, seeing the child, the family, you with another family, had eroded at her. That she was just second. You know? That will never leave her mind. So maybe someday she'll probably work it out. I told her that you can't hate your dad. That's still your father. But for her to tell me, fuck that nigga, a 10-year-old to say fuck that nigga, when I had, because the anger was valid. That wasn't something that her mom. Now, don't get me wrong. There are parents that seed hatred into another parent, but exactly, a sincere one. Humans are unpredictable. People can turn on you in the blink of an eye. You see, like I said, and the thing about it, like, and I have to say, it seems like it really depends on the judge. That's another thing. The judge does make the final say so, but you can always go back and appeal. However, most people are fine. Most people battle the decisions. Like I said, again, there's some y'all got. I want y'all to understand this. Something that I tell this to a lot of young people. Be thankful your mama kept y'all away from some of y'all daddies. Strike it, keep the message, wrap it up, take it to any of y'all fucking channels, whatever. Let's just be honest. Some of y'all, daddy didn't want it. It hurts, don't it? And some of y'all still don't want to accept that in this space. Daddy didn't want you. Forcing your mama to have to love you. And it hurts a lot of y'all. Y'all don't want to realize that. Maybe your dad just didn't want you.
Yeah.
He wanted to fuck on your mama, but he didn't want you. So, and the thing about it was that killed at my cousin. That killed at my cousin. My cousin tried to kill himself twice. His mama said you wasn't playing. Go ahead.
JL. I was just gonna say, JL, one better is after all them DCF calls, I let that nigga in my house to cut my children hair, cause you know he good at fashion. He stole my damn Tide Pods. He stole my Tide Pods after I let him in the house to cut the children hair. He stole my washing powder. No matter what you do, sometimes you still can't do enough, but they'll still call you better. But psychologically, you just kind of have to prepare the kids. And you know, my daughter went through that stage where she asked about her father, and I told her, you know, the best thing I can is that some people get moms and dads, Some get just the mom, some get just the dad, some don't get anybody. But just know that you are loved and just be thankful. You got moms, you got
Right. But
grandmas,
you
you
the
got
bitter
cousins, you
one.
got
Right. It's
brothers.
like you the bitter one.
Some people don't even have that. So just look at what we have instead of what we don't have. And I know that don't make a difference because I'm that girl without a dad, but that's the best I can tell them.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
try.
And it's funny to me now because my sons are like 20 and
Mm.
21. They BMT, all of my sons finna be 21, 21,
Right.
and 21. And so I went through a lot of it.
I know. I hear you with that, Coach. And I already know
Yeah,
I'm
my
gonna.
sons will be all of them be 21 for the same time. Um, yeah.
I know I'm. See, I already know I'm gonna take some heat. I know I'm gonna lose some subs over doing this episode, but I don't give a fuck. 'Cause I'm not gonna spare y'all expense of lying to you. You know what I'm saying? I sleep good at night. I kiss my kids on the forehead and on the lips at nighttime and tell them I love them. Some of y'all don't give a shit to say that, men and women. Like, I know how parents are. I remember I was on a panel saying, what's stopping y'all to go visit y'all kids at school? Oh, I gotta work. Do you know you can call the school and talk to your kid on the school phones? Every classroom has a phone in there. You literally, they will pull your child to the side and put the child on the phone with the parent. I know this me. I have a man, this man works 12-hour shifts. But the minute he found out his son was smoking cigarettes in school, that man, he said, Mr. BMT, how do I get in touch with my kid? I said, what school you go to? We'll figure out together. Figured out the school, found out all his teachers, found out his lesson plan. That boy thought he saw a ghost when his daddy was in that school. Mind you, his daddy lived in Augusta, Georgia. We in South Carolina. But he said, for you, son, I will make that drive to save you. He said, I will stay in contact with all your teachers.
And that's the thing. Obviously, distance ain't an excuse. And I said, I'm a prime example of that. Like I said, I'm in Florida. She's in Connecticut with her father. And I call her every night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the teachers' conference calls, like all of that
Even
stuff.
now,
You know.
No, I think the thing about
even
it is,
in the state of Florida, they have a question where in Palm Beach County, I'm sure the other counties too, that says, who is the father? Is there a court order keeping the other parent barring them from it? If so, we need a copy of it. That can be put on the email list and all of the other stuff, and they can have the information to contact as well as log into the computer to check on their child's school. The same one that the mom have, they can
Yep.
use that established one for the dad's school, so they don't even have to go through the parents. And I tell, after kids get about 5 years old and they can come to the door and from the door themselves, if the situation is that bad, the parent don't have to talk with the other parent to communicate with the school about the child.
No.
and I've seen that at school events. One parent is right
And
there.
if they have legal paternity, in which people don't understand the difference between biological paternity and legal paternity, and
No, that
and there is actually a difference between biological paternity and legal paternity. When they go to court and you get child support, that still doesn't assert a father's rights. The father has to, for in the state of Florida, and every state is different. And or the dad has to go to court for kids born out of wedlock and establish legal paternity, and that's when they go in there and the paternity test is part of it. And let's say you go through the state system or the county system or whichever one they're using for the established child support. That is not that system. The other system is they have to go into family court, and it's really not a complicated process, to be honest. But they have to go into court, and then that's when they ask for shared parental custody, et cetera, et cetera. And that is what they use it. That's at the time they'll get the time sharing and the this and that. It's really not hard to do. But a lot of people don't get the difference, especially if they have the child support that was established through I think they call it the unified court system in Florida. But there are two different courts. It's the family court system and it's the one they use for the child support. They've been
Yeah.
trying to bring some of the things together to make it run a little bit smoothly, but it doesn't exist right now.
I think one of the things about it, like if you are on a situational issue, you know,
I'm gonna
again,
have to go.
no, no, thank you, Koja. If you are on a situational issue, again, did I hear this about? Well, what can I do? Get involved. So, I mean, receipt timeline and receipt showcase that they can always talk to the daycare. The judge and them will get a call. Does the father come by the daycare? Um, like is that's hang on, let me see what one person says. That's the thing, BMT. You are willing to help a guy figure out to see his kid. A lot of people won't help the father figure out. Listen, it's it's called Google. It's called Google. The excuses are out the window now because
But the
now,
thing is, you got folks that don't even, but you got folks that aren't willing to try.
see, here's the thing about it. The same way as people can get on YouTube and talk about women, men, dating, traveling, kumbaya, and all that other stupid shit, y'all can literally Google. The information's there. I looked up the information for so many things for free. Like literally, you'd be surprised what people put on Google for free. Benefits planner. They put up all the stuff, school uniforms, all the stuff. Like people literally do YouTube channels outside of this crap on how to properly school shop. Hell, if you go by a church and you say, "Hey," or
Mm-hmm.
ask, you
Cool,
can go. You can go by a.
couponing.
You can go by a school and ask a school. You don't even have to have a kid. Go by the school and ask the guidance counselor of the school, because it's a public school, public information. They will sit down with a principal or a teacher and tell you it is by law. They cannot keep you. The other parent cannot keep you from your child, regardless of Koja and that and
No.
her baby that to get along. If he were to make the attempt to call that school, whether she said, "I don't want him talking to my kid," they'll be like, "Who cares what you want?" That's the other parent. That's the other parent. You
And
have
that's
to,
and that's the thing. It has to be documented.
and it gets documented. It gets documented.
It will have to be
This
documented. Meaning, like there was right. Meaning, like if there was some kind of like domestic abuse or something like that, like you would fill that paperwork out when you sign up. Like if this person calls the school, do not give them information about the child or whatever the case may be.
see, this is
And
see
this is
here's
how you know people don't know what they're talking about, and they never because it says it on there.
here's the big issue. Here's the big issue that we see. One of the things about it, and this is why I
I
say,
actually,
go ahead.
I, I actually had a lady, a white lady. She had lost custody of her kids, and she like, I'm always calling to the school, and I'm a nosy little chick. I went in the school's computer. I was school nurse, and she was blocked. I didn't tell her, but I saw in the system that they had blocked her, and she was a mom. Then that's why when people say, I was like, no, moms lose custody, and she was literally blocked. Now, sometimes if
Mm-hmm.
it's some paperwork or if the person spit good game and went to the school, but um, by her being out of state, I guess she wasn't in there to be able to go and see and stuff. But she had not had custody for her kids for a long. I mean, she didn't have. And when we say women lose, cause like, oh no, that's something. Yes, it is really true. So I've been on both sides of it. When I was my first husband, he didn't even know where his kids were. She would just pick up and move, and he was paying like in the early '90s. He was paying like $232 a week for child support, in addition to health insurance,
Yeah.
and he didn't even know where his kids lived at, and he wasn't a deadbeat dad.
The thing about it is this, and
But
the
so
thing about
the system does need to be changed. But
Oh
some of
yeah,
that stuff,
absolutely.
people, we could go and find shoes that we want. We could go and find hair. We could order hair from China, but people don't put not that.
they don't put that same effort into their kids. And see, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing I hear that for this. So when it comes to doggone dealing with children, right? Um, the thing about it is, I always hear this. I hear this comment about why is the state getting involved with my parenting? And see, sometimes I look at the person asking the question because see, there's a reason why the state or the school, because see, people don't understand that a school or facilities are set up as I would most likely want to say like limiters, and whenever a child comes in, they're trained. The teachers are also trained to watch the movements of the child, see if they've been abused,
Mm-hmm.
see if they've been raped, see if they've been verbally assaulted. They will report you if they see one parent saying or say like mentally or verbally abusing a child. They will report that. They don't. Oh well, hey, he's just being a dad or she's just being a mom. No, they're like that's abuse. I'm calling CPS. And every time that gets documented, best believe so many calls to CPS from that school, them child they will recommend you to go to parenting classes. If that child is saying that they're afraid of going home, best believe, oh, there will be that van at your house same day. Same day. And see, a lot of people say, well, that's not their business. Yes, it is now. Because guess what? Y'all must not know how many kids have been raped, killed, beat, sold. I've already told you my life story. Because, and y'all better be thankful that there's somebody else watching out for y'all. This is not just a black thing, this is a children's thing. Kids get abused more than anybody else and never say anything. They just accept it. And see, the state is like, you know what? That's why, like, let your child not show up to school. Go ahead. See, that's the thing about it. Let your child not show up to school. I bet you they will call you that same day. And if they miss so many days of school, Jay and Koja and I will tell you right now, they will show enough. Oh, I don't agree with the school system. So why did your kid at school? If you don't agree, then show up to the school. Well, I ain't want to go, but that's your job. Well, hold up. But why ain't your child at school? Miss Koja, your child didn't show up to school 2 to 3 days in a row. Is this something going on at the house? See, y'all complain a lot about these welfare mommies and all this stuff. You do know if the parent doesn't make a certain amount of money, they eat for free. See, here's the thing about it. This is why I
Yep.
call the bullshit. Other people talking about the welfare state. When kids weren't going to school last year because of COVID, do y'all know how many kids starved? Do you know how drastically the domestic abuse spiked up in the home? Do you know how many people's households could not afford to take care or feed their families? Because guess what? they naturally go to school to eat. But because that child's at home, bills go up, food go. Oh, but I don't want the state involved. I don't want social services and welfare involved. But wait, hold up. But Koja can tell you, as a nurse, if that child weren't eating, she would pull that child out of class to make sure that child would eat. Jay will tell you, if a child does not go to school, they're going to call the parent or get the police involved and say, yo, what's going on at that home, B? Oh, but see, you don't know why people always get mad at that? Because they don't want what's done in the dark come to light. See, they don't want and I'm going to be honest with y'all. We got a lot of ain't shit parents out there, a lot of ain't shit guardians out there that do beat on these kids. But they'll get mad. Well, back in the day, kids were getting raped like no tomorrow be. Showing them school pregnant. Let's not play the game. So we understand when we have these talking points, you got to be very mindful of the talking points that people use. Go ahead.
I will tell parents, if it's just a thing of you all arguing and you can get along or somewhat get along, to leave Child Protective Services and DCF out your thing, because right now what parents are really not realizing, these children have become the new privatized prison system. And they will take these children and put them in foster care for either parent, because so many people eat off of those kids. So many parents, so many people, once those kids get in that foster care system, they'll say, oh, neither home is good, or this or that parent is verbally abusive, and they go through that war and their child get caught up in that foster care system. You got guardian ad litems, which are not free. People want to say they just volunteer services, but they have paid guardian ad litems. They have foster care workers who have no, they want to keep the child in the home to get paid for. They have psychologists that's eating off of those kids, people that do transportation services, to and from counselors, and all of these things that eat off of these kids. So I would tell any two parents, if they can halfway get along, do not use that system, because once their children become part of that system, or once DCF get in your life, and one parent may say, oh, I'm gonna use them to give me the kid, and then the kid go to acting out over here, especially in the teenage years, they become money. And the one budget that is constantly going up in the state of Florida is the budget for CPT. And people don't even realize that, well, in the state of Florida, there's a difference between DCF and CPT, because DCF is kind of like the investigatory agency, but CPT literally coordinate who do what. But I tell parents to try to get along and not use that system, because it's even bad for white people, but it's doubly bad for black kids. The parents need to kind of be on the same page if they don't want to sacrifice their kids for their foolishness.
I know a lot of people were laughing at the skit that me and Jay were doing and a lot of stuff, but understand, and y'all better learn how to have some kind of listen, y'all better start learning how to have some type of vocal communication. Don't let y'all homeboys or these people on YouTube or social media or people who ain't doing what they need to be doing with their life hype y'all up and talk you your out of your situation. Well, the woman this and the woman that. Whoa. Where's your woman? Where's your kid? Fall back. Fall back. If you ain't going to be going with me to help me get my kid, you need to fall way back. And I'm telling a lot of you brothers, y'all need to fall back. Y'all don't got no kids, fall all the fuck back. Same thing for a lot of y'all women, giving these women advice, but you ain't in that same predicament, fall all the fuck back. A lot of y'all like to play lawyers off of he say, she say, but y'all don't know jack shit. You're going off of what you hear.
Or they know that one story that happened 15 years ago. It's like, oh yeah, but this guy's been fighting for his kids. Okay. But that, again, that's not the majority of time. Again, not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that there aren't petty men and women out there. That's not what I'm saying. There are, but that is not the majority of cases. That's why I had asked Koja in regards to the father, like if how she said she didn't keep her from her father, but then when it gets to a certain point in time, yes, you do start keeping them from the father because you wasn't around the first 5 or 6 years, and now I'm not trying to fuck with you like that. Now all of a sudden you want to have a come to Jesus moment and like be the father of the year. No, you don't get to do that. So I
Right.
mean, I get it. So that's the thing. Just tell the whole story. That's all. Tell the whole damn story.
Right. I mean that.
Or the whole thing, like you said, oh, I came to your house and you didn't let me see my kid. Yeah, it was 1 a.m. That happens too. I've heard that happen so many times. I've heard where men have, and I'm saying I've heard because I don't have these issues with my ex, but people that I know do. You know, like I've heard where people say, yeah, they always say I don't let them talk to their kid, but they always calling at 11 o'clock at night. Like, come on. I'm not letting
Right.
you talk to the kid because it's 11 o'clock at night. He's in bed.
Some people only get involved. Some people only get involved with their kid when they see that kid involved with another person or another adult, or literally, listen, B, what you won't do. And see, this is. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I think there's a war against step parents or or people.
And
They'll have it where, let's say for this, Colder tried to get her man to do right. He wasn't doing right. Does that mean Colder needs to stop her life? No. Does that mean BMP needs to stop his life? No. So I meet somebody who's willing to actually help me and grow with me. Oh man, they're sick. See, it be the same people that talking bad about the step parents because they fucked up or failed as a parent, or that they wish that they had that experience. So you know what they'll do? They'll spew all kind of venom and talk all type of shit. But then we gotta ask the question: so what the fuck were you doing with your kid? Well, I was doing everything I could. It's just that the woman. Okay, so what that got to do with the what? We asked you about your kid. We didn't ask you about the woman. I asked you about your kid. I ain't asked you about the man. Like, what are y'all talking about? See, the deflection game is real. I'm not mad at Culture for saying, you know what? I tried for 8 years to get this nigga to do the right thing. He didn't want to do it. So now all of a sudden, you don't want to slandering me. So I'm going to raise my kid. So then I say, oh wow, Joe, you with the bitter baby mama group. Well, guess
yeah,
what? I'm with the bitter life truth group. Like I just tell you shit for it as it is. Like I said, I deal with some of these kids, I deal with these adults every goddamn day. And I promise you, I be seeing the bullshit. People always talk again. See, you only hear one side of the story. You only hear one side. But see, here's the thing about it when it comes to the judge. Judges ask questions. You gotta understand, judges ask questions. So what were you doing? If she's such a bad mom, why didn't you go spend more time with your child? Well, Your Honor, I couldn't. I had work. Wait, okay, so if you had work every time, then how can I give you your kid if you're always busy with work?
and
Uh-huh. I know some of y'all gonna be thinking I'm simping. I know some of y'all gonna be thinking that I'm doing the most. But I'm really telling y'all what judges be saying. Like my uncle's a judge. I'm telling y'all what they say in the courtroom. They're gonna ask you, where you be at? If you always got work, how you gonna ever have time for the kid? Taking care of a
but
kid's a
when
full.
these kids get to be teenagers, 13, 14, 15,
Yeah. Go ahead, Coach. I'm just saying, like y'all gotta understand, taking care of a child is a full-time job that some men and some women don't understand the full accountability. You can't just leave your kid in the car and run in the store. You can't just think that, hey, I'm gonna find me a young
and
shorty and have her take
when
care of the
these
kid.
kids turn, when these kids turn,
Go ahead.
think she's having technical difficulties.
I think she having technical difficulties.
I thought it was my phone at first, and I'm like, wait.
No, like I said, it's just the thing about it is just.
But one thing when these kids get 13, 14, 15, they don't want to give their weekend time to their mama or their daddy.
Mm.
Right, exactly.
Can you hear me
Best
now?
thing. No, I
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
heard you.
When these kids turn 13, 14, and 15, they don't even want to have time for the mama or the daddy. They got their own lives, their own friends, their own weekend plans. And a lot of parents go to feeling some type of way, oh, she won't let my child come with me. Your child ain't with me either because they're trying to do their own thing at their age. They have their own activities, what they do. And sometimes that might be sports or different things, but they start developing their own lives. Sometimes they want to stay in the neighborhood where their friends are and do their own friends' activity, and the other parents take it as they trying to keep them away from me. But I just think parents need to understand that when they get 14, 15, and 16.
Like I said, some of y'all, like I said, some of y'all can try to. If y'all men one day want to have a conversation, I would so like to hear it, but I know I'm gonna hear. Well, it's the state. They're using the kid. Listen, man, you're a man. Same thing for the women. These men ain't out here doing X, Y, and Z. You're a woman. Own up to what you did. The kid don't really give a shit. They don't really give a shit for your excuses. I've seen some daughters go to blows with their mama. I've seen some boys say, if you come around this house around me or my mama, I'm gonna kill you. Oh God. Kids will hold these gripes on parents. And it don't even be the other parent hyping them up. It's just be what the kid just holds inside on resentment. I'm telling you right now. Y'all gonna say, well, that woman told that child, well, these black women, man, y'all can shut the fuck up with all these narratives these days. But they're not really working anymore. Not with me. I'm just realistic, man. And y'all making all these excuses and shit. The kids are now grown up in their time groups. Most children these days ain't even trying to have kids because they done seen how they got fucked up. So they're not even trying to have kids. So, like I said, I'm BMT. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like the video, dislike the video. Put in your comments and your bullshit and below. I know a lot of y'all got it. You know, I could give a fuck about it. But saying y'all gonna have it. I'm gonna keep on doing me. I told y'all 2021, no filter, no remorse. I'm just saying and doing whatever I want to do. Jay, you're not gonna find the episode. I make sure of it. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for coming up. Thank y'all for. I hope y'all enjoyed the skit that Jay and I did. Thank you, Colter, for coming in, helping out.
Hey, I want to add
And
that nigga don't know. I know he been back in the
because
country
I didn't
for
even know
2
you were
years.
gonna do it.
FYI, he been back in the country for 2 years, and I ain't looked him up. But he don't know. We
Oh
know.
shit.
We knew that LLC at sunbiz.org said he been here for at least 2 years. But I'm hope he stay laying low.
Like y'all heard that the baby father Ben came back and has yet tried to reach out to his own kid.
And I haven't reached out to him, and I'm owed about $70,000 in child support, and I ain't reaching.
Hey, best thing for people y'all to do, stay gone out the child life. Just stay out of the child life. Best thing for some of y'all to do, just stay out of the kid's life. Some kids will tell you, we made it this far without you. Why do we need you now? I'm BMT. Peace. Y'all have a good day.